Oh, festering sac of protoplasm. See, protoplasm. Even people that know me imitate Peter Lorre after they got to know me. After they got to know me. All right, so I guess what am I gonna? Oh, okay. This is not Macarena. This is not Macarena. Hold on. This is not Macarena. What is? Oh. What is? Oh. Oh. The game is undergoing server maintenance. The game is I'm late. Hold on. Server maintenance. The game is I'm late. Restart it. See if it's working. The game is I'm late. Restart it. See if it's working. 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 That's bizarre. 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 I'm gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Let's see. I don't know. 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 Oh, I do know. I had the thing up monitoring. So that was actually the echo is actually my Twitch actual stream. All right, coming back across the desktop audio. Thank goodness. Okay, well, I troubleshot the problem and figured it out, and now everything is hunky dory. Okay, in tournament now. Probably bombed again. See what goes on. Well, maybe I don't know. Um, if I'm playing every day, how is it that I always miss heats? So there's some kind of scheduling issue going on here. I'm gonna Susie Baka, Susie Baka. Oh, Radio Demon. Hi. I'm about to cough. There's 57 people out here. Mm. I'm gonna take my time. Anyone want to go on live stream with me and custom 5 versus 5 match? That's what I said. I don't know. Change room. Let's go to English 1. English 1 is full, 300 people. English 2, 600 people. English 3, 900 people. English 4. Oh, 60, yeah, English. Nothing. Okay, what I'm gonna do. Doom 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 doom. Volume 5. Oops. Wait a minute. All right, let's go. Let's see who we got up in here. What kind of bots have we got this morning? Oh my goodness. This plays Gundagai. Okay, and new breed. Alright, let's go. Dum dum dum. Morning, guys. You had your coffee yet? 10 names, what's up? I hadn't seen you in a while. I added you way back, but I didn't know how to really invite people. I hope we win. So get my my coins. Yeah, here's this guy's got it. Oh, that's really gonna work. Yeah, keep doing that. Go ahead, make my day. Yeah, I am. Ouch! Man, you're ruining my shield like that. Stop. Okay. Oh, Gator Bush. Oh, and Gator Bush has really busted my chops a few times. For a bot, you know. Can't clan. Help! No, I don't know if you're watching, but you don't have to help. If you know, that's the first time I think I actually put the stream on the chat when I was trying to invite somebody into a real game. Hey, Toblerone, dang it, come back. Hey, I'm over here. Don't you sense an opponent in my radius thing? Dumb bot. Come here. These guys are real chickens. But this is the thing. I haven't really studied like how you know, if I just grab a bunch of mixed. Oh, he's out of range. These guys are like way out of range, man. Dang. Don't you want to kill me over here? Come on. They're gonna materialize over here. I don't want to go over here. Oh wait. Oh, there you go. Okay. Defeated by bots. Okay, let's stay in team, continue. We'll try our best. Yeah, so usually if I'm strictly up against bots in that thingamajigger. Okay, who we got? Okay, we got 10 names and I killed pro. Okay. I just stay over there. And they come to me, the bots come to me, and I take them out. They're too stupid. But sometimes they come up in there and kill me. They're not completely stupid. I've been going through this thing, you know, on my stream. I'm like, oh wait. Yeah. I didn't realize, you know, I just recently got on Reddit and, you know, was doing the, how many of these guys are bots? You know? Because I was looking for particular people that had been like Smash Lampjaw, and I always say this. Something really funny happened. I was like, I want to add Smash Lampjaw so you can see. I can send him to my stream because that was really funny. And I asking around for him, and nobody knows, right? And so then I'm like, well, is he a bot? And I'm like looking for the. Ouch! Can you mind? Trying to concentrate here. Shooting rockets at me and stuff. Jerk. RPGs, is it? Come on. Yeah, the bots are behaving differently. I think they are behaving a little bit differently. Yeah, okay, that's what I like. Yeah, the Tyrannos right there in front of my gun. I have my sight on the spot, and you just come into. But so yeah, and I go around and I'm looking online. Who are the bots on Mech Arena? And I find the thing on the definitive list is something like 432 bots. And it was all these, you know, various. Well, really, there's only about 3 or 4 that something really funny happened, and I was like looking for them, so I could show them on the stream what happened. You know. But I didn't, you know, I didn't have an idea that there were so many bots, you know. Come on back. Don't you? I'm so scared of you. Help. Somebody save me. Oh no, he's coming. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna capture my control point. Ow. He shot me. Okay. Yeah. Brooklyn bomb. See, now that's very bot-esque. Oh, wait. Ouch! Man, I can't believe that didn't even touch me. He must have some radius implant crap. Oh, no! Help. Oh, God. Thank you. Okay, kill. You must die. Die. Come on, back up. Get behind my shield. Oh, my shield is down. Oh! Okay. Now, okay, let's see it. We can go get on a team again. Stand team. I got my mic back on. That's good. All right. The only thing missing is some music. So here we go. All right, buddies, let's go. Who are we? We got a kill. I only have one guy left over. A kill, GoPro. All right, you got a GoPro? I got some GoPros. A kill. Sure do. I got original GoPro heroes, a couple of them. They got some lens scratches. I need to buff them out. And that's one of those things that's on my list of things I do. I never do it. I've got the micro polish stuff to polish the lens or whatever. But for some reason I never do it. And whenever I use them, I always have a lens scratch blur on the middle of the... It's really stupid. Seafic? Who is that? Seafic? Sorry. Right. to wait till they just stand there and not try to chase them with the mouse, you know, but predict where they're going to go and put the sight in that location and wait for them to go there. Then shoot them. These guys are chicken. What's going on? See, I don't like going on that side because, you know, if you're halfway down the building and all of a sudden 3 of them come around that outer thing, then you're just can't go forward and you can't go back. Come on, bear. Yeah, quick. Yeah, just calm down. Stay in position. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is just keep unloading your magazine at the concrete wall until my shield power comes back. Yeah. Good. Come on. That's good. Keep missing me wildly to the left and right. I enjoy that. It looks cool, you know. The rockets. It looks cooler than when they are actually hitting me. See, yeah, I love that. All those cool bullets going right by me and missing me. That's awesome. Yeah, miss me with the, what was that cross-eyed thermal lift? It's like, it's like, let me turn on my thermal lens for a second, and then the beams cross. It must have been 2 max or something. That was funny though. It looked really stupid. First he missed me, right, and then he missed me in 2 directions, as if it was cross-eyed thermal lens. What are these guys? The bots. Yeah. Was Akil still with us? I hope so. We're winning. Keep doing that. Whatever you were doing. It was cool. Up. Now where's my mouse? Help. Ah, thank goodness. What? Help. No. Alright, somebody's coming up here and trying to be a wise guy. I'm totally lame. What the? There, okay. Say your name. You are so annoyance. Oh, don't kill my mech, my medic. Oh no! Mortars, is it? I need to stay back. Man, these guys aren't playing. Hold on, you got too many mortars. Hate that. Somebody kill the guys with the mortars. Quick, please. Come on, die. That'd be so humiliation if King Nigel. Yeah, there we go. Cool. That's. Oh, somebody else has got a grenade launcher? That's so. Oh. I have never used one. Hey, cat videos, quit dancing around like you're a bot. Stop with this. Oh man, it's like a whole onslaught. I'm running. Help! No. Yeah, I thought I might have a chance to get away, but yeah, no. Hello? Come on. How come my mouse is not working? How come my mouse is stuttering? Oh, man. See, when they got those javelin racks like that, you need to get like right up on top of them, right? With wish I could see what they have. Well, I guess you observe. They were lobbing stuff. I guess I could have run down there. Because I can do close quarters with a heavy machine gun. Okay, this is an entire bot match. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of it. Let's see. Custom match. Create match. Um. That's dumb. All right. I hope that wasn't. Might have been. Okay, that control point is captured, so maybe I'll. Yeah. Keyboard is stuck there, buddy. Dang it. What did he have? A missile rack 8? Ow. Think you're so funny? I'm just gonna get my weakest smack. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh. Oh, yeah? Oh, no, he's got a taser. Rocket boy. Hate a taser. I hate it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. There you go. You are suck. Here comes Rocket Boy. That's why I'm dropped down. They got the central control point. I guess that's... Is that desirable in here? I have that. I don't know. They got this control point back. Okay, that's good. Well, sort of good. Not... Well. ROM. Oh. Need some extra RAM? Some RAM? When I say ROM, I think maybe they're talking about Rama. King Rama. Whoa, it's too fast. I couldn't see. Unofficial still in there? I hope so. No. Okay. I'm getting out of here. team match. No, it's Ronaldo. And he's zipping around too. Fast. Oh, that was horrible. Get gritty. Omedetou gozaimasu. Up. Help. That looks like Rain of Fury Death. I don't think it's snow cones. Ouch. Get goody. Oh, touch it twice. Oh! What have you got? A rocket mortar 8? God. Oh, good. I'm trying to get rid of this guy. Keep him pinned down. Oh, wait. What is this guy doing back here? Hey. Do you mind? Can I just have a word with you? That's my crib back there. Ronaldo! Hey man, what's up, man? Stop! Oh. I was trying to get in close to him, but thank you. Oh. What are all these lancers? The game was won by bots. Let's see if our buddy is still here. Orient. Not sure. This is like what is it? What is it, dear? All right. All right. I don't know if you're watching, but I always go over here in this place, and when they materialize and Alvepanize. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that was good. That's just what I needed. See, I was just tempted to try that. It's like they appear. Stop. Good. That's where you need to be. Alright. Alright, look out. Oh, see, I wasted a shot on him too. When they're doing that. Okay, good. Oh yeah? Scamper, scamper, scamper. I really don't want this to be your that's really bad for me. If this control point is taken by the enemy, it's bad. Happens, but I don't like it. Forgot he had that thing. Help! No! Thank you. Somebody killed him. Well, I'm missing all the fun. Sewer Savior. Who comes up with these bot names? Oh. Good. Orient's turning him up. Looks like he's out of hit points though. Oh no! Samsonite got some long arm going. Somebody lobbed you. Ouch. Anakin. Help. Man, I'm sorry. I don't even know where you are, buddy. Samsonite's over here bugging me. Somebody got me from behind. Sure did. In my weakest match. Sorry, that was lame. It's Smash Slampjaw. Just a bot, my favorite bot. All right. I didn't know he was actually up to something. I thought he just accidentally. Good. Stolid snake. I don't even know what stolid means. I forgot that word. I have to leave the team. Because I need to go check on what's going on in the house. 17 seconds. Jesus. Oh, and this is the thing, and this is what I haven't done. Look, I've got what I need to do is I need to go out and come in as somebody else. News, free Macarena goodies, open link. Alright, I'm putting this on stream so everybody can see that, because go to the Macarena store and claim for your claim. Alright, continue shopping. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to log out. Log in. Claim. Yeah. So that's real. So, make sure you claim. It's free offer. It's real. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna close this window. Alright. Right, and then you got to go back in and check your mail, and it's there in your mail. Ooh. Play 2 battles. Win 1 battle. Earn 2 gold medals. Earn 200 XP. Acquire 120 blueprints. Boy, I'm really busy. Open 1 free steel crate. Use 2,000 credits. Okay. Glade. Okay, no. Pilot daily. Deal 30,000 damage using a mech paired with a pilot. Okay. Spawn at least 1 mech paired with a pilot in 3 battles. Earn 4,000 pilot XP. Acquire one basic implant crate at the shop. Right. And I'm supposed to acquire 3 implants and spawn mechs paired with epic pilots 5 times. And yeah, see. Okay. Oh. Complete 30 daily objectives. Glide. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Now, this is the thing. Now, I got 387 coins, right? Could I buy these? What are these? Pilot marks? Is that what you call these? Can I buy them with A coins? Advanced implant crate. Would I ever want that? I don't know. I need 7,000 pilot marks to upgrade her rank, I think. And what is this? God, it'll take forever. Deathmatch tickets I can buy with an Acorn. I gotta go. I need to learn everything that I can buy with Acorns so I can squander them more effectively. So my take on this, yeah, this is my take on it. It's like, it could be better. Yeah, it's a little bit cumbersome. Look at the stuff going on in the chat. People cursing. Stupid. What is this? Well, it's not FU, and it's not SHI, and it's not, oh, BIT, oh. Alright, that, okay. I gotta intervene here. Okay, so I'm trying something here. What I'm gonna do here? team match. Princess Cell is on the team. She's my favorite bot girl. I say that about all the bot girls. Barbara Ann, she's my favorite. I think she has a thing for me. The way she approaches me with those blazing orbs. Oh. Good. Red Eyes. Princess Cell. Good shot. Trying to get the central control point. Is that what you're going? Stop. Ouch. Dang it. I like when you miss me like that. It was cool. Over my left shoulder. Now, now you're shooting directly at me. That looks less cool. Okay, but good. I'm glad you're dead. How about a fabulous front just for me? Tracy will have to work an extra day for free. You've got a deal, Mr. Pinky. Yeah. Are you guys bots? What is this whole squad? Help! Help! Sword Stabber, save me. Oh, we won. Okay. We didn't make the board, though. Oh, shoot. And I didn't go live, actually. I should have gone to live stream instead of left it on intermission. Alright, so stay in team. See if Sword Stabber is still with us. Delicious burgers. That's what I need to eat every day for my nutritional. No, there's a story behind it. Okay, this is just bots, so I'm gonna leave. Wait, no, I was, you wonder what people get paid six figures to do at work. I went to work for Linden Lab, right? And I do this booger eating thing it's part of my routine. Oh, that's a delicious one. No, you wonder what people get paid six figures for, and I went to work for Linden Lab, and the manager, vice president of product for the company or whatever, usually he didn't show up for work, but then, he was showing up for work. They hired some new people, and he was showing up for work, and very intently, watching his monitor and all that stuff. After a few days, he convenes a big meeting, urgent, we go into this boardroom. All technical support for Linden Lab, gets shut down for all products, right? Because you have to go in this big meeting or whatever. And he gets up there and he's like playing he made a security camera video of one of the technical support, one of the support agents. Right? He sat there and he watched him, videotaped him until he saw him pick his nose and eat it. And I swear, I was sitting there in the boardroom or whatever, the big meeting or whatever like that, and we're watching the video of this one guy, one of our coworkers, eating a booger. I'm like, you're getting paid six figures to sit in there and watch a security camera? Why don't you have a security guard do that for $5 an hour or something? Or why, that's what minimum wage used to be. I guess it's more like 12 or something now. No, I think it's 6. Actually, here in Georgia. That's just. There you go. If you're wondering what people that get paid six figures are doing, they're sitting on their ass doing nothing. Think about it. Oh, here's my phone right here. I think I have Macarena on my phone. Yeah, presumably that's going to create a conflict because if I got to update it. Well, but yeah, I'm logged in here on my live stream. Okay, I got my combat point limit has been reached, so I gotta go. Log into my other account. I've got a flag from Plarium saying install updates, so I'm going to run that, see what happens. That is a good time to get my book going. I think it would be a good time. Oh. I've already got it loaded. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. Okay, well,
History of the Jews by Heinrich Ries. VOL. V. From the Punic persecution of the Jews in Poland 1648 CE to the period of emancipation in Central Europe c. 1870 CE. Publishers Logo Philadelphia. The Jewish Publication Society of America 5717 956 copyright 1895 by the Jewish Publication Society of America. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced in any form without permission in writing from the publisher, except by a reviewer who may quote brief passages in a review to be printed in a magazine or newspaper. Printed in the United States of America. E. Intense. Chapter I. Punic and persecution of the Jews of Poland by the Cossacks. Condition of the Jews in Poland before the outbreak of persecution. Events of the Jesuits. Characteristics of Poles and Jews. Key home of the Cossacks. Suppression of the Cossacks by the government. He was appointed as tax farmer. Jurisdiction of the Synods. He study of the Talmud and Poland's every literature in that country becomes entirely rabbinical. Character of Polish Judaism. Youth and Cossacks. Smiling at the offerings of the Jews in consequence of his successes. He targeted Hydenic Sirpol massacres in Nemuel, Telchin, and Konolrisk Vishnovia Kiasakres at Kolnoa, Lemberg, Nerol, and another town owned Casimir and Impeller and Sabatica and Newell of the war between Cossacks and Poles. Jews joined Cossacks in attacking the Jews. Karl X of Sweden. P. Polish fugitives. Colonization of Judaism. Page 1 1648 to 1656 CE. Chapter 2. Settlements of the Jews in England and Manasseh then Israel. Obstacles to the resettlement of Jews in England and Manasseh then Israel is character and attainments. Christian students of Jewish literature. Scaliger, the Buxtorfs, Selden, and Vossius Owen devote themselves to Hebrew fifth monarchy men. Expectation of The millennium enthusiastic friends of the Jews who appeared in Rommel and proclaimed Hitler's protection of the Jews, the hope of Israel rush victims of the Inquisition, and and Israel's negotiations with the English Parliament. He journeys to London, and is gracious and received by Cromwell Council 6 at Whitehall to decide the question of the readmission of the Jews. Brings anti-Jewish war controversial conflicts. Hannah's vindication, the readmission of the Jews, denied at page 18, 1655 to 1657 CE, chapter 3rd, the skeptics. Condition of Judaism on the triumph of the Kabbalah, key disciples of Isaac Loya, Calabresi, Abraham Zahara, and Isaiah Hurwitz, Manuel of Overly da Costa. His career in Terra Modena. His character and his writings adore Ascalodi and Sarah Propius Solon. Jewish author Cesare Modena's veiled skepticism, he travels and influence of Joseph Dalmati, but he writings of Simone Rizzato, page 51, 1620 to 1660 CE, chapter 4, Spinoza and Sabata Zetti. Spinoza's youth and education's intellectual breach with Judaism, fresh martyrs of the Inquisition, P. Rabbis and Spinoza's communication, Spinoza's tractate and ethics, Spinoza's writings concerning Judaism, Spinoza's contemporaries and masters of East Byzantine, so the mystical character leaders 1648 and 1666, Sabata Zetti's early career in Jerusalem, community of Vada S. travels Athens, Kazadi Vada announced in Smyrna as the Messiah, thread of enthusiastic belief in the pseudo-Messiah, Neolithic stereotypical changes introduced by the sedations of Vada, proceeded to Constantinople and Maya, and Vada Zetti's apostasy to Islamic consequences, continuation of the sedation movement, of Sabata and Spinoza, results of the sedation and apostasy, and 1666 CE. Chapter 5, Light and Shade. Jews under Muhammad rulers expulsion from Vienna, Jews admitted by electric verdict, William into the block of Brandenburg, charge of child murder and net ill treatment of Jews throughout North, Christian champions of the Jews. Jury, Oliver Qualley, and Moses Derman's reelection of Christians for the study of Jewish literature, Simon Fisk taken by Charles Zion, McCarty, Aringer, and Jacob Triblin, earning attacks on Judaism by W. Burr, Legend Seal, and Eisner, instances of the publication of Judaism, unmasked now and new prayer enthusiasts, Basnage, Unger, Wolf, and Tolan, page 168. 1669 to 1700 CE, chapter 6, general demoralization of Judaism. Wrote condition of the Jews at the end of the 17th century, representatives of culture. David Vito, Jupiter Freely, Capital Jewish chroniclers of Pedro Laguna translate these Psalms into Spanish. He various he raised after well known poverty of the Jews of Bible reservation is an annual Israel donor who, Cardoza, Mordecai of Eisenstadt, Jacob Garrido, and their innovation is an in Poland, Graham Hunt, Dachis, Pay, Malik, Roman, Elin, Nehemiah, Chain, Avid, Oppenheim's famous library, Hachem, Zevi, he controversy on chains, heretical works in Amsterdam, page 199, 1700 to 1725 CE, chapter 7th, the age of Rizzato, Idash Z, and Frank. Political works of Moses Chaim Rizzato ensnared in the Kabbalah's contest with governmental authorities. Rizzato's last drama, Onath and Ibesh Z, character and education of Ibesh Z is relations with the Jesuits in Prague. The Austrian War of Succession, expulsion of the Jews from Prague. Ibesh Z becomes rabbi of Altona, Akadamdin. Ibesh Z charged with heresy. He controversy between Menton and Ibesh Z. He emulates Artie strife, interference by Christians and the civil authorities of Bible observationism. Akad Frankish Palates and Frankists. He doctrine of the Trinity. Jesus of the Frankists, page 232. 1727 to 1760 CE. B.I. chapter 8. The Mendelssohn epic. Renaissance of the Jewish race. Moses Mendelssohn as youth concludes he was Lesson and Mendelssohn's writings. He wanted later controversy. B.O.B. burial question. Einrich anonymous publication of his work. Essays. Nathan the Wise Mendelssohn and Nathan Mendelssohn's Pentateuch positions with Hebrew and religion on school. Voltaire origins Moranas and Bordeaux sought into his defense of Portuguese Jews. Mendelssohn Osipai of Austria shows Mendelssohn's Jerusalem as his circular letter. Mendelssohn's death, page 291, 1750 to 1786 CE, chapter 9. The New Chaptism. The alliance of reason with mysticism, Revulsion. His career and reputation opened against rabbinism. He's out there Mizrich. His arrogance and deceptions, the devotional methods of the Chassidim era liturgy, solution of the synods of the four countries, Osip massacres in Poland, Vijaluna. His character and method of researching Mizrich and calling Chassidim are instances proved favorable to the spread of the new secularist proceedings against him in Wilna Ethiopia. Mizrich regressive Chassidism despite the persecution of its opponents, page 374, 1750 to 1786 CE. Chapter 10, the Miskin of the JUD Christian Salon. The progressionists he gather Misif Adamaindes Ozes in Shineslis Mosaidakis Herzalom and Main Ultra of the Berlin Jews influence of French literature Erstep for raising the Jews he progressive and Orthodox parties he Society of Friends Riedel and Conversion Academy of Berlin Jews and Editors under Dorothea Mendelssohn Clegolagel Cliamaker Hatoga and page 395 CE by chapter Zion. The French Revolution and the Emancipation of the Jews. Foreshadowing of the French Revolution of Barrier and the Jewish question and Franz Isaac Erhard Jewish question and the National Assembly Qualization of Portuguese Jews at the RTS to equalize Paris Jews Jewish question deferred qualization of French Jews and terror qualization of Jews of Holland Dash Gesture and Congregation Credit Emancipation Order in Palestine Exchange with people text lines petition of Jews of Germany Appleton writing about Ephraim Alexander Allies Russia. His attempts to improve the condition of the Jews of Russia page 429 1791 to 1805 CE. Chapter XII. The Jewish French Sanhedrin and the Jewish Consistorians. Jew hatred in Strasbourg and Wells accusations lots against French Jews. Otano Rabbits in Assembly of Notables calling in deputies 12 questions agree on mixed marriages. He Paris Sanhedrin TS Constitution of Orleans enacted Israel and Jacobson on history of Westphalia emancipation in Germany and the Hans-Towns restrictions in Saxony page 474 1806 to 1813 CE chapter XII. The reaction in Teutonia. The Jews in the wars for freedom Congress of Vienna, Brandenburg and Metternich S. Christian Germanism, New hatred in Germany and Rome, Act of Federation, Walls defense of Judaism, New hatred in Prussia, USA and Brigade Exit. That persecution Archers Prince Alliance von Boss Jewish Avengers page 510 1813 to 1818 CE via chapter SIV. Bini and Hein. Bini and Hein his attitude to Judaism, his love of liberty, his defense of the Jew vine. His position with regard to Judaism, he Rabbi of Baccarat Hein's thoughts upon Judaism, influence of Bini and Hein page 536 1819 to 1830 CE chapter SV. Reform and Young Israel. Segregation of the Jews TS results accession and obstinate conservatism Israel and Jacobson as reforms he hammered reform temple human model Solomon McKay of Open Authority Lesser Living American Foreign Ezra's Reeser Artie Spike Sock Renee's writings Ernest in Hamburg Einheimer's Congregation in Vienna Erling Society for Culture Board Danzig Baptist Rhapsody Society for Culture page 557 1818 to 1830 CE chapter XVI. God of self-respect is search into Jewish history Anna Adams and Roman Elsa Rose is history the revolution of July 1830 Abiel Research lectures Timeheimer's works his revelation Acme Clockwood Clockwork RT Yours poems Apocalypse writings on Desires exegesis I heard 19 letters of Benazai New School of Reform Old Jacobi page 589 1840 to 1840 CE chapter XVII. The year 1840 and the blood accusation at Damascus. Mehmet Ali Eddie mentioned Damascus after Tommaso his disappearance lead accusation against the Jews exalt Damascus imprisonment of accused their tortures and martyrdom lead accusation in Rhodes, North Prussia, Dole, Friedrich, Meyer, Eugene of English Jews, Oses, Montefiore, Nathaniel, their Rothschild, Gelato. The Austrian consul Watts hires cuts taken by the Jews in Paris and Benjamin Bernard Van Oven, Ancient House meeting on a theory. Remove, and others can be 1840 CE chapter XVII. Events preceding the revolutions of February and March, 1848, and the subsequent social advance of the Jews. Return of Montefiore and Crenu from the East, patriotic suggestions and decision of real research Kreis and the Farm Party in Frankfurt of Naples and the Old Time Farm Association Australia Franco Hebrew and Reformed Temple Racial Sexes characterized biblical exegesis Old Time and Saxon Jewish German Church regressive Jewish literature Walden his works enfranchisement of English Jews Hebrew Jewish College TS founders He Mortal Priest or Pius IX He Alliance Randy Lightstrip Canelo Matthew American American Jews Union of American Hebrew Congregations The Anglo-Jewish Association English LYP Israeli Fishani Durkheim Goldschmidt Miranda at the social advance of the Jews eyes of anti-Semitism page 667 1840 to 1870 CE Retrospect page 751 History of the Jews chapter like unity and the persecution of the Jews of Poland by the Cossacks. Condition of the Jews in Poland before the outbreak of persecution influence of the Jesuits characteristics of Poles and Jews he home of the Cossacks oppression of the Cossacks by the government he was appointed as tax farmer jurisdiction of the Synods he study of the time of in Poland every literature in that country becomes entirely rabbinical character of Polish Judaism Jews and Cossacks smiling at the offerings of the Jews in consequence of his successes he chartered Hydemic Syrphil massacres in Nemulov, Helton, and Pomegranate Vishnovia the Sakers at Polonoi, Lemberg, Nerol, and in other towns owned Casimir and Heller and Sabato and Anul of the war between Cossacks and Poles Russians joined Cossacks in attacking the Jews Harals except Sweden he Polish fugitives Polonization of Judaism 1648 to 1656 CE Poland ceased to be a haven for the sons of Judah, when its short-sighted king summoned the Jesuits to supervise the training of the young nobles and the clergy and crush the spirits of the Polish dissidents. These originators of disunion, to whom the frequent partition of Poland must be attributed, sought to undermine the unobtrusive power which the Jews, through their money and prudence, exercised over the nobles, and they combined with their other foes, German workmen and tradespeople, members of the guilds, to restrict and oppress them. After that time there were repeated persecutions of Jews in Poland. Sometimes the German guild members, sometimes the disciples of two the Jesuits, raised a hue and cry against them. Still, in the calamities of the 30 Years' War, fugitive Jews sought Poland, because the canonical laws against Jews were not applied there with strictness. The high nobility continued to be dependent on Jews, who in a measure counterbalanced the national defects. Polish lightness, levity, unsteadiness, extravagance, and recklessness were compensated for by Jewish prudence, sagacity, economy, and cautiousness. The Jew was more than a financier to the Polish nobleman. He was his help and embarrassment, his prudent advisor, his all in all. Especially did the nobility make use of Jews in developing recently established colonies, for which they had neither the necessary perseverance nor the ability. Colonies had gradually been formed on the lower Dnieper and the northern shore of the Black Sea, by runaway Polish serfs, criminals, adventurers from every province, peasants, and nobles, who felt themselves cramped and endangered in their homes. These outcasts formed the roots of the Cossack race at the waterfalls of the Dnieper Zaporozhye, whence the Cossacks obtained the name of Zaporozhians. To maintain themselves, they took to plundering the neighboring Tartars. They became inured to war, and with every success their courage and independent spirit increased. The kings, who needed the Cossacks in military undertakings and to ward off the inroads of Tartars and Turks, granted them some independence in the Ukraine and Middle Russia, and appointed a chieftain over the
So this is the thing. It's like now, if I'm in a game, I know I got a couple of. Oh, and here's some real people over here. FF. I don't think that's a bot. Not on the bot list. It could be a new bot. I guess maybe they could be gradually. That's how they got so many bots. Is they gradually add them. Ouch! Dang it. Dang it. What's this guy? Is he a real person? Wonder. See if I got something interesting here. Ouch! It's not very nice. I'm gonna die! Help! You just wait. I'm got reincarnation eyes on. You know, I wonder if I can get. Ouch! Come on. You just come on. Come on down here. Destroyed by bots. Alright, let's see. Alright, bot killers with lovely legs. Oh, I think she has that thing for me. In Botland. Computations, you know, are involved with Kuda Wardrobe. Ouch! So maybe I should have... Palomar. Smash lamp jaw. Actually, destroyed you. Lovely legs. Can we see your legs in real? I'll just dream of lovely legs. Maybe she'll come after me this time. That's another thing that's been going through my mind is the whole thing of like, well, when you blast a bot and they come back, are they programmed to try to get revenge, right? To focus on you, or you know, because that was really intense. So I got 0 hit points now. God. And see, that's the thing. Palomar, I took him out, and then when he came back, well, see, here he comes, right? Is Palomar coming after me? Mad at me because but he's a bot, I think. Right? Isn't Palomar 1983 a bot? I don't know. I have to check the bot list. Unit. What is this guy doing? Come on. That's what I like. Unbelievable. Bracket. Puteria? puteria in the cafeteria. You must die? What is that? You are dead. Tu vas mourir. Isn't that you're dead? You're dead. Bonjour. Hey, is that 1010? I need a Jacques Lacan mech. I wanted to kill you, but I was just not fast enough. Bonjour. Salut. What are you doing way back there? Oh no, I don't like being out here without any cover. To hell with this. It's like, why? Chicken? You bet. Please stop. I've probably told this story before. But I was just, there's like I know a guy, it happened recently that I came to the acquaintance of an elderly gentleman who was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. Oh, you're mad? Sorry. And recently it reminded me of being down for St. Patrick's Day, which is a very popular location in Savannah, Georgia. And they had all this military equipment you could get on, you know, it was like a black helicopter that looked like something from a Batman movie. And we waited online, you know, for a long time to get into the helicopter, right? And me and this guy, Tim Reardon, we jump in the helicopter and we're like, we start throwing all the switches. We're like, atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed, you know? And there's this military dude like standing outside the door of the helicopter and he's looking at us. He's like, please stop doing that now. We're like, oh yeah, that's a real helicopter. Probably don't want to do that. Little merman. That's Flash Girl. She's healing people. That's Flash Girl. It's just... See, I'm observing her. I think she's a bot. Oh. I'll teach ya. Shooting my Flash Girl from behind when she's trying to heal. Chest plate. STV chest plate. I always want to say Stitch versus plate. Like that thing on this. It's Stitch versus plate. Cheese plate. Stitch versus cheese plate. Trying to distract me. Oh, Brock chunk. Man, I'm gonna Brock your chunks. I mean your chunks brocked today. Oh, here he comes again. Well, yeah, you can just keep firing off there into the sky. That's great. Brock chunk. Yeah, keep firing way over there. That's cool. I'm starting to feel that, you know, pitiless you're a bot feeling. Brock chunk, do you mind?
Chieftain over them from their own midst, Anataman, or Hetman, with special marks of dignity. But the bigoted temper of King Sigismund III and the Jesuits made the Cossacks, who might have become an element of strength for Poland, the source of endless discontent and rebellion. Zaporozhians for the most part were adherents of the Greek Church, the Greek Catholic confession being predominant 3 inches southern Poland. After the Popes by means of the Jesuits had weakened and oppressed the Polish dissidents, they labored to unite the Greek Catholics with the Romish Church for its next Republika. With the warlike spirit of the Cossacks, this journey was not easy. Hence a rigorous system of enslavement was employed against them. In the old mountains, the Inca, which noted, and the Turks, had control of colonization in Ukraine and Middle Russia, and they transferred to their Jewish business agents the farming of the oppressive imposts falling on the Cossacks. Thus Jewish communities gradually spread in the Ukraine, Middle Russia, and even beyond these provinces. The Cossacks, for instance, had secured the right of their child and on every marriage.
Oh, that's what you get for lugging mangoes around. You should have some extra weapons. Lug mango? What is his name? Oh. Oh no. Ow, I don't have that stuff. Oh, and this guy's over here with a taser right next to me. Help.
The General Synod, which assembled twice a year at Lugman and Jaroslaw,
Dun,
formed a
dun, dun,
legislative
dun,
and
dun.
judicial parliament from which there was
It's
no
Lug Mango.
and first called the Synod of the Three Countries.
I'm calling you
In the
Lug
first quarter
Mango.
of the 17th century, the Synod of the Four Countries von Arba Arazik. An elected President Hans D. Arba Arazik was at the head and conducted public affairs.
It's supposed to be Luke or something. Oh, see, he wanted my spot. That's why.
Consent, criminal, jurisdiction, least against informers and traitors. Hence, no Jew ventured to claim war and accusation against Marcus race before the authorities of the country, fearing to expose himself to disgrace and
Sweetest
contempt from
taboo.
public opinion, which would
Look out for her.
even entail death. Almost every community had a college of judges, a rabbi with 2 assessors.
Ow!
The final decision rested with the Synod. The Synod also determined itself consistency in dealing and conduct, and in weight and measure,
Yep.
wherever Jews were affected.
Missile Rack 8.
In Poland, established by Shachnak, Solomon Moga, and Moses Iswas,
Well, nah,
each
nah,
of
nah,
which
nah,
came
nah.
at no previous time,
I see you over there.
The demand for copies of the Talmud was so great that in less than 20 years,
Lug,
3 editions were
Lug
printed.
Mango.
No doubt without any copies.
There, gotcha.
The study of the
Oh, you're
Talmud was
mad?
a greater necessity in Poland than in the rest of Europe. The rabbis, as has been already said, had jurisdiction of their own, and decided according to Talmudical and rabbinical laws. The great number of Jews in
Lug
Poland,
Mango.
and their
Very
fondness
nice.
for litigation, gave occasion to intricate law cases.
Tasing me.
The rabbi judges were obliged to go back to the source of law,
Help!
the Talmud,
It's
to seek
Lug
points of support
Mango.
for such cases. The contending parties being themselves well informed and acute, the reasoning of the rabbis had to be flawless to escape criticism. Hence, rabbinical
Alright,
civil
this
law in Poland
doggy
needed
dog.
extraordinary cultivation and dissension to adapt it to all cases and make it
He's not
available
paying
to learned
attention.
litigants. Thus, the ever-growing subtlety of the method of Talmud study depended on current conditions and wants, and on the circumstance that each Talmudist wished to surpass all others in ingenuity.
That needed to be done. Oh.
In the first half of the 17th century.
You're so mean. Help! Help me!
Not a single literary product appeared in Poland deserving the name of college. All the productions of the college school bore the Talmud system, as the school regarded everything from the Talmudic point of view. The school looked down almost on scripture and its simple grandeur, or rather it did not exist without.
Oh,
How, indeed, could they have found
sorry,
time to
Lug
occupy
Mango.
themselves with it?
I'm
And what
sorry.
could they do with these children's stories, which did not admit the application of intellectual subtlety? They knew something of the Bible from the extracts read in the synagogues, and those occasionally quoted in the Talmud. The faculty for appreciating the sublimity of biblical doctrines and characters, as well as simplicity and elevation in general, was denied them. A love of twisting, distorting, ingenious quibbling, and a foregone antipathy to what did not lie within their field of vision, constituted the character of the Polish Jews. Pride in their knowledge of the Talmud and the spirit of dogmatism attached even to the best rabbis, and the Polish Jews of course were extraordinarily pious, but even their piety rested on sophistry and boastfulness. Each wished to surpass the other in knowledge of what the code prescribed for one case or another. Thus religion sank, not merely, as among Jews in other countries, to a mechanical, unintelligent ceremonial, but to a subtle art of interpretation. To know better was everything to them. But to act according to acknowledged principles of religious purity, and exemplify them in a moral life, occurred to but few. Integrity and right-mindedness they had lost as the pale simplicity of the sense of humor. The elder acquired the critical method of the schools, and employed its logic and discipline. They found pleasure and a sort of triumphant delight in deception and cheating. Against members of their own race, cunning could not well be employed, because they were sharp-witted. But the non-Jewish world with which they came into contact experienced to its disadvantage the superiority of the Talmudical spirit of the Polish Jews. The Polish sons of the Talmud paid little attention to the fact that the Talmud and the great teachers of Judaism object even more strongly to taking advantage of members of the faith than those of their own race. The corruption of the Polish Jews was avenged upon them in a terrible way, and the result was that the rest of the Jews in Europe were for a time infected with it. The fabled line is Polish Jews all over the minority, and the Jesuits had helped planted and custom the Zaporojian Cossacks in the Ukraine and Middle Russia. The magnates wished to make profitable serfs of the Cossacks. The Jesuits hoped to convert the Greek heretics into Roman Catholics. The Jews settled in the district expected to enrich themselves and play the lord over these pariahs. They advised the possessors of the Cossack colonies how most completely to humiliate, oppress, torment, and ill-use them. They usurped the office of judges over them, and vexed them in their ecclesiastical affairs. No wonder that the enslaved Cossacks hated the Jews, with whom their relations were closest, almost more than their noble and clerical house. The Jews were not without warning what would be their lot if these bitter enemies wrenched off the upper hand. In an insurrection of the Zaporogians under their head in about 1638, despite its brief duration, they slew 200 Jews and destroyed several synagogues. Nevertheless, Jews lent a hand when in consequence of the insurrection further inflated into the subject was declared to come. In the year 1648, despite a lying book, sword, they expected the coming of seven the Messiah and the time of redemption, when they would be in power, and, therefore, they were more reckless and careless than was their custom at other times. Bloody retribution was not wrongdoing, and struck the innocent and the guilty, perhaps if one more severely than the other. It proceeded from a man who understood how to make use of the increasing hatred of the Cossacks for his purposes, and who was regarded by his countrymen as their ideal. Bogdan Khmelnytsky, born about 1595, died 1657, before whom all Poland trembled for several years, gave Russia the first opportunity of interfering in the Polish Republic, and was a frightful scourge for the Jews. Khmelnytsky, brave and more remarkable in the execution of his plans, impenetrable in his schemes, at once cruel and hypocritical, had been vexed by Jews, when he held the subordinate position of camp secretary-cruiser of the Cossacks subject to the house of Knipovsky. A Jew, Zacharias Sabalenki, had played him a trick, by which he was robbed of his wife and property. Another had betrayed him when he had come to an understanding with the Tartars. Besides injuries which his race had sustained from Jewish tax farmers in the Ukraine, he, therefore, had personal wrongs to avenge. His remark to the Cossacks, "The Poles have delivered us as slaves to the cursed breed of Jews," was enough to excite them. Vengeance-breathing Zaporogians and booty-loving Tartars in a short time put the Polish troops to flight by successful Manifest May 18, 1648. Potocki, the lieutenant general, and 8,000 Poles, according to the agreement, were delivered to the Tartars. After the victory, the wild troops went eastward from the Dnieper, between Kiev and Poltava, plundering and murdering, especially the Jews who had not taken flight. The number of murdered reached several thousand. Hundreds underwent baptism in the Greek Church, and pretended to be Christians, in order to save themselves. Fortunate were those who fell into captivity with the Tartars. They were transported to the Crimea, and ransomed by Turkish Jews. 4 Jewish communities, Visha and others on about 3,000 souls resolved to escape massacre by surrendering to the Tartars with all their property. They were well treated, and sold into Turkey, where they were ransomed in a brotherly manner by those of their own race. The Constantinople community sent a deputy to Holland to collect money from the rich communities for the ransom of captives. Unfortunately for Poles and Jews, King Vladislav, for whom Khmelnytsky had shown some respect, was
Dang
removed by
you!
death. During the interregnum of
Leon
several
the
months,
peon.
from May to
Oh, no.
the usual Polish dissension occurred, which crippled every attempt at resistance. At first, Khmelnytsky drew back,
Okay, Leon.
apparently inclined to
You sure like
negotiate,
shield down?
but
There.
gave his creatures full power to ravage the Polish provinces. Regular troops of murderers, called Hajdaniks, the Tartar word for partisans, were born under brutal leaders who cared not a straw for human life, and who leveled in the death struggles of their Polish and Jewish foes.
There you go. Somebody
In
took
the
him
name of religion,
down.
they were urged by the Greek Poles to murder Catholics and Jews.
He's got something more
Commander
strong
of
than
each
me.
troop had his own method of exercising cruelty. One had thumbs strung round the necks of Catholic and
he's
Jewish
dead.
men, by which they were dragged along. This he called presenting them with a few weeks after the first victory of the Cossacks, a troop under another of these chiefs advanced against the stronghold of Nemyarov, where 6,000 Jews, inhabitants and fugitives of the neighborhood, had assembled. They were in possession of the fortress, and closed the gates. But the Cossacks had an understanding with the Greek Christians in the town, and put on Polish uniforms in order to be taken for Poles. The Christian inhabitants urged the Jews to open the gates for their friends. They did so, and were suddenly attacked by the Cossacks and the inhabitants of the town, and almost entirely cut down amid frightful tortures. On 2010, 1648. Another Hajdanic troop under Krivonos attacked the town of Taushin, where about 600 Christians and 2,000 Jews had taken refuge in the fortress. There were brave Jews among them, for necessity had moved them, and they would not stop resistance. Nobles and Jews swore to defend the town and fortress to the last man. As the class of peasants understood nothing of the art of siege, and had repeatedly suffered severely from the sorties of Jews and Poles, they resorted to a trick. They assured the nobles that their rage was directed only against the Jews, their deadly foes. If these were delivered up, they would withdraw. The infatuated nobles, forgetful of their oath, proposed that the Jews should deliver up their arms to them. The Jews at first thought of turning on the Poles for their treachery, as they exceeded them in numbers. But the rabbi of Tulchin warned them against attacking the Poles, who would inflict bloody vengeance, and all Poland would be excited against the Jews, who would be exterminated. He implored them to sacrifice themselves for their brethren in the whole country. Perhaps the Cossacks would accept their proposal as ransom. Delivered with arrows, the Poles thereupon immediately retreated into the town. After the latter had taken everything from the Jews, they set before them the choice of death or baptism. Not one of them would purchase life at any price. About 1,500 were to pay for them executed before the eyes of the Polish nobles Tamus 424. The 10 Cossacks left 10 rabbis alive, in order to extort large sums from the communities. The Poles were immediately punished for their treachery. Deprived of the assistance of the Jews, they were attacked by the Cossacks and slain, proving that violators of their word cannot reckon on fidelity towards themselves. This sad event had the good effect that the Poles always sided with the Jews, and were not opposed to them in the course of the long war. At the same time, another Hajdamach troop, under a leader named Hodkin, had penetrated into Little Russia, and caused dreadful slaughter in the communities of Hamel, Starodub, Chernigov, and other places east and north of Kiev. The Jews of Hamel are said to have suffered martyrdom most family, on the same day on which the Telchin community was annihilated. The leader of the troop had all the Jews of Hamel, inhabitants as well as fugitives, stripped outside the town, and surrounded by Cossacks, and called upon them to be baptized or to expect a most frightful death. They all, men, women, and children, to the number of about 1,500, were dead. Prince Vishnovyevich, the only heroic figure amongst the Poles at that time, a man of penetration, intrepid courage, and strategic ability, defended the cause of the persecuted Jews with devoted zeal. He took the fugitives under the protecting wings of his small, but brave force, with which he everywhere pursued the Cossacks to destruction. But, because of his limited power, he could accomplish nothing of lasting import. Through petty jealousy, he was passed over at the election of the commander-in-chief against the Cossack insurrection, and instead of him 3 were chosen, of a character calculated to help on Kumiki to further victories. Annoyed at the political policy of the regent, the primate of Messene, Vishnovyevich followed his own course, but was compelled to retreat before the overpowering number of the roving troops and the Greek Catholic population in sympathy with them, and so destruction was brought on the Jews, who had reckoned on his heroic courage. In the fortress of Polonolite, between Zaslav and Zolomir, 10,000 Jews, partly inhabitants, partly fugitives from the neighborhood, are said to have perished at the hand of the besieging Hajdamachs and the traitorous inhabitants of 1322, the unfortunate issue of the second war between Poles and Cossacks September 1648, when the Polish Van Kukumiki's bravery was slaughtered in wild flight, and collected only behind the walls of Lemberg, prepared a bloody fate even the Jews could help themselves safe to distance from the field of battle. There was no escape from the wild assaults of the Zaporozhians, unless they could reach the Wallachian borders. The blood of slaughtered and maltreated Jews marked the vast tract from the southern part of the Ukraine to Lemberg by way of Dubno and Brody. In the town of Bar alone from 2,000 to 3,000 perished. It scarcely need be said that the brutal cruelty of the regular Cossacks, as well as of the wild Hajdamachs, made no distinction between bad knights and pirates. The important community of Lemberg lost many of its members through hunger and pestilence, and its property besides, which it had to pay to the Cossacks as ransom. In the town of Nerl, the Zaporozhians caused a revolting butchery. It is said that in the beginning of November 45,000 persons, among them 12,000 Jews, were slain there with the cruelest tortures. Among the corpses remained bleeding women and children, who for several days had to feed on human flesh. Meanwhile the Hajdamachs roamed about in Bohemia, Podolia, and West Russia, and slaked Volga revenging the blood of nobles, Catholics, clergy, and Jews, thousands and tens of thousands. In Krasiminik, an inhuman monster slew hundreds of Jewish children, scornfully examined the corpses as Jews do with cattle, and threw them to the dogs. In many towns Jews, as well as Catholics, armed themselves, and drove the bloodthirsty Cossacks away. The election of a king, which finally was effected and though the Polish state was on the brink of an abyss, it took place amidst fights and commotions that tormented bloodshed for the moment. Although for the most part in a drunken condition, Kumiki retained sobriety enough to dictate, among his conditions of peace, that no Catholic church should be tolerated, nor any Jew live, in the Cossack provinces. The commission, unable to accept the conditions, departed without settling the business February 16, 1649. Who had reckoned upon a settlement, and returned to their home, paid for their confidence with death, for the Cossacks surrounded the town with death cries. Thus, the second time, many Jews and nobles perished at Ostrog March 4, 1649. The breaking off of the negotiation with Kumiki led to a blood encounter. Although the Polish army this time appeared better armed on the field of battle, it had as little success as before. In the battle of Zara, it had been completely destroyed by the Zaporozhians and Tartars, if the king had not wisely come to an understanding with the Tartars. Whereupon followed James August, 1649, which confirmed Hunniki's program, among other points that concern the Jews. In the chief seats of the Cossack side, in the Ukraine, West Russia, in the district of Kiev, and the port of Podolia, they could neither own or rent landed estates, nor lie there. In consequence of this convention, the Poles and 13 Jews were unmolested for about a year and a half, although on both sides schemes were powdered to break the agreement at the first opportunity. As far as residence was known, the fugitive Jews returned to their homes. King John Casimir allowed the Jews baptized according to the Greek confession of the Mesa profess Judaism.
Thank you so much.
In consequence, the baptized Jews fled from the Catholic districts to Poland to be free from compulsory Christianity. This permission was especially used by Jewish women whom the rude Zaporozhians had married.
Where did that
The
guy
Jews
come
brought
from?
back into Judaism many hundreds of children.
Splice T. I should have been looking for you.
Investigated their descent, and from the indication of it in a small roll around their necks, that they may not marry their relations producing
The cat lady.
General Saint Rabbi Daniel, which is singled at Lublin in the 16th century, occupied itself entirely with the attempt to heal, at least partially, the wounds of Judaism. Many hundreds, even thousands, of Jewish women did not know whether their husbands lay in the grave, or were begging in the east or west, in Turkey or Germany, whether they were widows or wives, or they found themselves in other perplexities created by the rabbinical law. The Synod of Lublin is said to have it upon its king's arrangements. Most probably the lenient Reuben, then Rabbi of Krakow, strove to effect a mild interpretation of the law relating to supposed death. At the instigation of the young, genial Rabbi Savada Cohen-Shek, the day of the first massacre of many Arsenals was appointed as the general fast for the remnant of the Polish community. The Holy Liebman-Heller, at Krakow, Savada held a closing, and the Mount Savada Cohen penitential prayers syllabub, mostly selected from older pieces, for this sad Memorial Day. 14 after a pause of a year and a half, the war between Constantinople and Constantinople in the year 1651, the first victims again being Jews, as Hunniky and the wild Zaporozhians now fell upon the Polish territory where Jewish communities had again settled. The massacre, however, could not be so extensive as before. There no longer were thousands of Jews to slaughter. Moreover, the evil days had inspired the Jews with courage. They armed a troop of Jewish soldiers, and enlisted them in the king's service. Fortunately, they turned against the Cossacks, and they were obliged to accept the peace dictated by the king November 11, 1651. John Casimir and his ministers did not forget to guard the rights of the Jews in the treaty. They were to be permitted to settle anywhere in the country, and to hold property on base. This treaty also was concluded and ratified only to be broken. Hunniky had accepted it to strengthen himself and restore his reputation with the Cossacks. As soon as he had gained his first object, he began hostilities. This was always of the most severe, and to be exaggerated with the insurrection of some objects, or if any may be destroyed by death or fire, and the agony and suffering could not yet be
Close quarters.
The Polish troops could not withstand the violent attacks of skillful jealousy of Hunniky. When he could no longer hope for help from the Tartars, he combined with the Russians, and incited them to a war against unhappy Poland, divided against itself. In consequence of the Russian war in the early part of 1654 and 1655, those communities suffered much against them by the Cossack swarms, so this was the Romania. On the part of the Russians and 15 by migration. As if fate were then determining upon the partition of Poland, a new enemy was added to the Cossacks and Russians and Charles X of Sweden, who used Poland as the first available pretext to slake his thirst for war. Through the Swedish War, the communities of Great and Little Poland, from Posen to Krakow, were reduced to want and despair. The Jews of Poland became victims of poison to the dregs. The Polish general, Czarnecki, who hated the Jews, ill-used those spared by Cossacks and the wild Swedes of the 30 Years' War, under the pretense that they had a traitorous understanding with the Swedes. The Poles also behaved barbarously to the Jews, destroyed the synagogues, and tore up the Holy Scriptures. All Poland was like a bloody field of battle, on which Cossacks, Russians, Prussians, Swedes, and the troops of Prince Mogachi of Transylvania wrestled. The Jews were ill-used or slain by all. Only the great Elector of Brandenburg behaved leniently towards them. The number of Jewish families said to have perished in 10 years of this war, 600,000, is certainly exaggerated, but the slaughtered Jews of Poland may well be rated at 250,000. With the decline of Poland as a power of the first rank, the importance of Polish Judaism diminished. The remnant were impoverished, depressed, and could not recover their former position. Their need was so great, that those who drifted to the neighborhood of Prussia hired themselves to Christians as day laborers for field work. as at the time of the expulsion of the Jews from Spain and Portugal every place was filled with fugitive Sephardic Jews. So during the Cossack-Polish War fugitive Polish Jews, wretched in appearance, with hollow eyes, who had escaped the sword, the plague, hunger, and pestilence, or who, dragged by the Tartars into captivity, had been ransomed by their brothers, were seeking 16 shelter everywhere. Westwards, by way of Danzig and through the Vistula district, Jewish Polish fugitives wandered to Amsterdam, and were forwarded thence to Frankfurt on the Main and other Rhenish cities. 3,000 Lithuanian Jews came to Texel in the Netherlands, and were hospitably received. Southwards many fled to Moravia, Bohemia, Austria, and Hungary, and wandered from those places to Italy. The prisoners in the armies of the Tartars came to the Turkish provinces, and some of them drifted to Barbary. Everywhere they were received by their brethren with great cordiality and love, cared for, clothed, and supported. The Italian Jews ransomed and supported them at great sacrifice. Thus, the community of Leghorn at this time formed a resolution to collect and spend a quarter of their income for the liberation and maintenance of the unfortunate Polish Jews. The German and Austrian communities, also, although they had suffered under the calamities of the 30 Years' War, exercised that brotherly feeling which they rarely professed with their lips, but cherished the more deeply in their hearts. The number and misery of those escaped from Poland were so great, that the German communities and probably others were obliged to devote the money intended for Jerusalem to the maintenance of Polish Jews. The Jews of Jerusalem dependent on alms, who were drained by the Pasha and his subordinates, felt the want of a regular support from Europe. They soon fell into such distress, that of the 700 widows and a smaller number of men living there nearly 400 are said to have died of hunger. The Cossack persecution of the Jews, in a sense, remodeled Judaism. It became colonized, so to speak. The Polish rabbinical method of study had long dominated the Talmudical schools of Germany 17 and Italy through the abundant literature by Polish authors. Now, through the fugitives, most of whom were Talmudical scholars, it became authoritative. Rabbinical appointments were mostly conferred on Polish Talmudists, as in Moravia, Amsterdam, FTH, Frankfurt, and Metz. On account of their superiority in their department, these Polish Talmudists were as proud as the Spanish and Portuguese fugitives had been, and looked down with contempt on the rabbis who spoke German, Portuguese, and Italian. Far from giving up their own method in a foreign country, they demanded that all the world should be regulated by them, and they gained their point. People joked about the Polacks, but nevertheless became subordinate to them. Whoever wished to acquire thorough Talmudic and rabbinical knowledge was obliged to sit at the feet of Polish rabbis. Every father of a family who wished to educate his children in the Talmud sought a Polish rabbi for them. These Polish rabbis gradually forced their sophistical piety upon the German, and partly on the Portuguese, and Italian, communities. Through their influence, scientific knowledge and the study of the Bible declined still more than previously. In the century of Descartes and Spinoza, when the three Christian nations, the French, English, and Dutch, gave the death blow to the Middle Ages, Jewish Polish immigrants, baited by Kulnicki's bands, brought a new Middle Age over European Judaism, which maintained itself in full vigor for more than a century, to some extent lasting to our time. 18. Chapter 2 Settlement of the Jews in England and Manasseh ben Israel. Obstacles to the resettlement of Jews in England. Manasseh ben Israel is character and attainments. Christian students of Jewish literature, Scaliger, the Buxtorfs, Selden, and Bossius Oman devote themselves to the relief of monarchy men, exaltation of the millennium, enthusiastic friends of the Jews who Puritans Romuald and Homozyphilus, protection of the Jews, the hope of Israel, Resh victims of the Inquisition. Manasseh ben Israel's negotiations with the English Parliament. He journeys to London, and is graciously received by Cromwell. Council sits at Whitehall to decide the question of the readmission of the Jews. Rings anti-Jewish were controversial pamphlets. Manasseh's vindication. He readmission of the Jews connived at 1655 to 1657 CE. At the very time when the Jews of Poland were trodden down, slaughtered, or driven through Europe like terrified wild beasts, a land of freedom was opened, from which the Jews had been banished for more than 3 centuries and a half. England, which the wise Queen Elizabeth and the brave Cromwell had raised to be the first power in Europe, a position very different from that of crumbling Poland, again admitted Jews, not indeed through the great portal, yet through the back door. But this admission was so bruited abroad, that it was like a triumph for Judaism. The Jews of Amsterdam and Hamburg looked with longing to this island, to which they were so near, with whose merchants, shipowners, and sailors they were in connection, and which promised wide scope for the exercise of their varied abilities. But settlement there seemed beset with insuperable obstacles. The English Episcopal Church, which exercised sway over 19 of the English counties, was even more intolerant than the popery which it persecuted. Not granting freedom to Catholics and dissenters, but tolerate the descendants of those espoused in the New Testament.
All right, good master. I'll try to do well.
For centuries had seen no Jew, shared to the full the antipathy of the clergy. To them every Jew was a Shamrock.
I need to look at the
With
map
hearty
better.
goodwill,
How come they
cut a
had all
Christian
the
to
control
pieces,
points
monster in human
so
form,
fast?
bearing the mark
Central
of God.
control point
Who
already.
would undertake to
And
banish
kill
this
one more
strong
guy.
prejudice in order to render
Oh, now they're
people
spawning up
favorable to
central
the descendants
control.
of Israel. The
Take
man
the
who
central
undertook
control
and
point
executed
back.
this difficult task did not belong to the first rank of intellectual men, but possessed the right measure of insight and narrowness, strength of will and flexibility, knowledge
What
and
is
imagination,
that?
self-denial and vanity, acquired for so arduous an undertaking. Manasseh ben Israel, second third rabbi at Amsterdam, who at home played only a small part, but poor creature who,
There you
to
go.
support his family, was obliged to resort to
He's-
printing, but
he's-
obtained so little profit
yeah.
from it, that he wished to exchange corporate territory for mercantile speculation, and was near settling in Brazil. He had lived in England for Judaism, and, if he did not banish, he managed prejudice against his race. To him belonged the credit for a service not to be lightly estimated, for the work that he did not do. The release of the Jews
Ouch.
from their 1,000 years contempt and depreciation in European society, or rather the struggle for civil equality, begins with Manasseh ben Israel.
Nabbit.
He was the Riesel of the 17th century.
Is somebody
As
coming
has
over
been
here
stated,
as
he
well?
was not
Oh,
in the true sense great, and can only be reckoned
Taser
as an
boy.
enemy. He belonged to the properly constituted class of persons, who did not perceive the harsh contrasts and shrill discords entwining the world around, hence are confiding and enterprising. His heart
now
was
you're gonna
deeper than
hide
his
up in
eyes.
there?
His power rested in an easy eloquence, his facility
You're my
in
weakest
explaining and working
man.
out at the end of the day what his invariably and which he acquired rather than produced. Manasseh ben Israel had complete grasp of Jewish literature, and knew the Christian theology of his time, and what was to be said on each point, i.e., what had been said by his predecessors. On the other hand, he had only a superficial knowledge of those branches of learning which require keenness of intellect, such as philosophy and Italian. His strength was in one respect his weakness. His facility in speaking and writing encouraged a verbose style and excessive productiveness. He left
80,000
more than 40
damage.
sermons
Yeah,
in
he's gonna
Portuguese,
destroy
and
everything I've
writings
got.
that
Oh,
fill
good.
the
Somebody
dialogue,
killed him.
but discuss their subjects
Good
only
riddance.
superficially. Manasseh's
Village
contemporaries
idiot?
looked upon his writings with different eyes. Learning and mastering from all literatures and languages,
Oh,
and the
no.
sweetness of form riveted their attention, and excited their imagination. Among Jews he was extraordinarily celebrated. Whoever could produce Latin, Portuguese, or Spanish verse, made known his brilliance. But even Christian scholars in his time were
Ouch!
fascinated.
Help!
In Poland, which, by the concurrence of many circumstances, and especially through the powerful impulse of Joseph Scaliger, the prince of philologists, had become in a sense the school of Europe, the foundation was laid in the 17th century for the wonderful learning contained in voluminous folios. At no time had there been so many philologists with early matured learning, iron memory, and wonderful devotion to the science of language,
Dang it.
as in the first half of the 17th century, which seems to have been specially appointed to revive what had so long been neglected. All the literary 21 treasures of antiquity were collected and utilized. Statesmen vied with professional scholars. In this gigantic collection there was little critical search for truth. The chief consideration was the number of scientific facts gathered. The ambition of many was spurred on to understand the three favored languages of antiquity, Latin, and Hebrew and Vedic literatures. Hebrew, the language of religion, enjoyed special preference, and whoever understood it as well as the other two tongues was sure of distinction. Joseph Scaliger found the order of Dutch and Protestant theology,
John.
given to rabbinical
Help.
literature, so-called a place in the Republic of Study beside the Hebrew language, and even found that he treated with a certain amount of respect. His Dutch, French, and English disciples followed his example, devoting themselves with zeal to this branch of knowledge, formerly regarded with contempt or even aversion. John Buxtorf, senior born 1564, died 1639, of Basel, may be said to have been master of Hebrew and rabbinical literature, and he rendered them accessible to Christian circles. He carried on a lively correspondence in Hebrew with Jewish scholars in Amsterdam, Germany, and Constantinople. Even ladies devoted themselves to Hebrew language and literature. That prodigy, Anna Maria Sherman, of Utrecht, who knew almost all European languages and their literature, corresponded in Hebrew with scholars, and also with an English lady, Dorothea Moore, and quoted Rashi and Ibn Ezra from scholars at Chelsea. Saint Queen Christina of Sweden, the learned daughter of Gustavus Adolphus, understood Hebrew. Statesmen, such as Hugo Grotius, and the Englishman John Selden, seriously and deeply engaged in its pursuit for their theological and historical studies. But Christian scholars, with all their zeal, had not yet acquired independence in rabbinical literature. 22 without a Jewish guide, they could not move, or felt unsafe. To Christian inquirers, therefore, Manasseh ben Israel's treatises, which presented many rabbinical passages and new points of view, were highly welcome. Much of the Talmudic literature became accessible through his clear exposition. Hence, Dutch scholars scholars sought out Manasseh, courted his friendship, barely hung upon his words, and gradually discarded prejudice against Jews, which even the most liberal-minded men in the most tolerant country of Europe could not lay aside. Manasseh was one of the particularly by those Indian inquirers who were persecuted for declared heretics by the ruling church. The learned Vossius family, even John Gerard Vossius, Sr., although filled with strong hatred against Jews, was affable to Manasseh, his son, Dionysius Vossius, a prodigy of learning, snatched away by death in his 18th year, after he had been translated into Latin. Manasseh's reconciliation matter shortly after its appearance. Isaac Vossius, the youngest son, who filled an honorable office under the Queen of Sweden, recommended Manasseh ben Israel to her. By this family he was made acquainted with the learned statesman Hugo Grotius, who also
Flash
received
Girl.
instruction from him. The chief of the
You're on the
Armenians,
enemy team? I thought
Simon
you were on our team.
Extorpius, sought intercourse with Manasseh, as did Caspar Borales.
All the girls are out. The bot girls.
He, a denier of the Trinity, was avoided by Christians. He attached himself to Manasseh and sang his praise in Latin verses, on which account he was attacked yet more violently, because he had put the Jewish faith on an equality with the Christian. The learned Jesuit Peter Daniel Hugh also cultivated Hugh's friendship. Gradually the chaplain and preacher of Amsterdam acquired such a reputation among Christians, that every scholar traveling through that city sought him out as an extraordinary personage. Foreigners exchanged letters 23 with him, and obtained from him explanations on difficult points. Manasseh had an interview with Queen Christina of Sweden, which stimulated her kindness for the Jews, and her liking for Jewish literature. So highly did many Christians rate Manasseh ben Israel, that they could not suppress the wish to see so learned and excellent a rabbi won over to Christianity. Most of all Christian visionaries, who dreamt of the coming of the fifth monarch, the reign of the saints in the language of Daniel, crowded round Manasseh ben Israel. The 30 Years' War which had delivered property and life over to wild soldiers, the tyrannical oppression of believers struggling for inward freedom and morality in England by the vicious and the secular government, in France by the despotic racially awakened and visionaries the idea that the Messianic millennium, announced in the book of Daniel and the Apocalypse, was near, and that their sufferings were only the forerunners of the time of grace. These fantastic visionaries showed themselves favorable to the Jews. They wished this great change to be effected with the participation of those to whom the announcement had first been made. They conceded that the Jews must first take possession of the Holy Land, which could not easily be accomplished, even by a miracle. But the lost 10 tribes must first be found, and gathered together, if the prophetic words
Where
were
are
to
ya?
fall to the ground.
Good.
The tribes assembled to take possession of the Holy Land must have their Messiah, the shoot out of the stem of Jesse. But what would become of Jesus, the Christ, the Messiah? Even Jews could not be made to believe. Some of the fifth monarchy visionaries conceded to Jews a Messiah of their own, in the expectation that the struggle for
Guess
precedence
it's gonna
between the
be
Jewish
alright.
and the Christian stagger would decide itself. 24 such apocalyptic dreams struck the responsive chord in the sense of Ben Israel's heart. He also expected, not the reign of the saints, but, according to King James' reckoning, the speedy advent of the Messianic time. Zohar, the book revered by him as divine, announced in unambiguous terms that Israel's time of grace would begin with the year 5408 of the world 1648. Manasseh in his innermost being was a mystic, his classical and literary education
Come on,
being
where's
only
the team?
external varnish, not diminishing his belief in miracles. Hence he was pleased with the letter of a Christian visionary of Danzig, expressing belief in the restoration of the glory of the Jews. John Mockinger, of the old Tyrolese nobility, who had fallen into the whirlpool of mysticism, wrote to Manasseh ben Israel in the midst of an eulogium on his learning, "Know and be convinced that I duly honor your doctrines, and together with some of my brethren in the faith, earnestly desire that Israel may be enlightened with the true light, and enjoy
combat
saintly
point.
and happiness." At a later period, another German mystic of Danzig established relations with the Kabbalistic Council of Amsterdam, Abraham von Frankenberg, a nobleman, and a disciple of Jacob B. New. He openly said, "The true light will come from the Jews. Their time is not far off. From day to day news will be heard from different places of wonderful things come to pass in their favor, and all the islands shall rejoice with them." In daily intercourse with Manasseh were two Christian friends, Henry Jesse and Peter Sorarius, who were enthusiasts in the cause of Israel's restoration. In France, in the service of the Great Commission there was a peculiar visionary, Isaac Lapéry of Bordeaux, a Huguenot, perhaps of Jewish Marano blood. He had the strange notion that there were men before Adam pre-Adamites, from whom all men except the Jews were descended. In a book 25 on the subject, which brought him to the dungeon of the Inquisition, he attached great importance to the Jews. In another work on the return of the Jews, he maintained that the Jews ought to be recalled from their dispersion in all parts of the world, to effect a speedy return to the Holy Land. The King of France, the eldest son of the Church, had the duty to bring about this return of the eldest son of God. He, too, entered into communication with Manasseh, the greatest number of ardent admirers God's people found in England, precisely among those who had powerful influence in the council and the camp. At the time when the Germans were fighting each other on account of difference of creed, invoking the interference of foreigners, and impairing their own freedom and power, England was gaining what could never be taken away, religious and, at the same time, political freedom, and this made it a most powerful and prosperous country. In Germany the religious parties, Catholics, Lutherans, and Calvinists, in selfish blindness demanded religious freedom each for itself alone, reserving oppression and persecution for the others. These internecine quarrels of the Germans were utilized by the princes to confirm their own despotic power. In England, the same selfishness prevailed among the Episcopalians, Presbyterians, and Catholics, but a fourth party arose whose motto was religious freedom for all. The senseless despotism of Charles I and the narrow-mindedness of the Long Parliament had played into the hands of this intelligent and powerful party. England, like Germany, resembled a great blood-stained battlefield, but it had produced men who knew what they wanted, who staked their lives for it, and effected the rejuvenescence of the nation. Oliver Cromwell was at once the head which devised, and the arm which executed sound ideas. By the sword he and his army obtained 26 religious freedom, not only for themselves, but also for others. He and his officers were not revengeful freebooters or bloodthirsty soldiers, but high-minded, inspired warriors of God, who waged war against wickedness and falseness, and hoped for, and undertook to establish a moral system of government, the kingdom of God. Like the Maccabees of old, the Puritan warriors fought sword in hand, and praise of God in their mouth. Cromwell and his soldiers read the Bible as often as they fought. But not out of the New Testament could the Roundheads derive inspiration and warlike courage. The Christian Bible, with its monkish figures, its exorcists, its praying brethren, and pietistic saints, supply no models for warriors contending with a faithless king, a false aristocracy, and unholy priests. Only the great heroes of the Old Testament, with fear of God in their hearts and the sword in their hands, at once religious and national champions, could serve as models for the Puritans, the judges, freeing the oppressed people from the yoke of foreign domination. Saul, David, and Job, routing the foes of their country, and Jehu, making an end of an idolatrous and blasphemous royal house. These were favorite characters with Puritan warriors. In every verse of the books of Joshua, Judges, Samuel, and Kings, they saw their own condition reflected. Every psalm seemed composed for them, to teach them that, though surrounded on every side by ungodly foes, they need not fear while they trusted in God. Oliver Cromwell compared himself to the Judge Goodwin, who first obeyed the voice of God hesitatingly, but afterwards courageously scattered the attacking heathens. Or to Judas Maccabeus, who out of a handful of martyrs formed a host of victorious warriors. To bury oneself in the history, prophecy, and poetry of the Old Testament, to revere them as divine inspiration, to live in them with every 27 emotion, yet not to consider the people who had originated all this glory and greatness as preferred and chosen, was impossible. Among the Puritans, therefore, were many earnest admirers of God's people, and Cromwell was one of them. It seemed a marvel that the people, or a remnant of the people, whom God had distinguished by great favor and stern discipline, should still exist. A desire was excited in the hearts of the Puritans to see this living wonder, the Jewish people, with their own eyes, to bring Jews to England, and, by making them part of the theocratic community about to be established, stamp it with the seal of completion. The sentiments of the Puritans towards the Jews were expressed in
Okay,
Oliver
so I'll give this guy the
Cromwell's
benefit of the doubt.
"Great is my sympathy with whom God chose, and to whom he gave his law." It rejects Jesus, because it does not recognize him
Here we
as
go.
the Messiah. Cromwell dreamt of a reconciliation of the Old and the New Testament, of an intimate connection between the Jewish people of God
La
and
la
the
la
English
la
Puritan
la.
prophecy.
Where is he? Is he
But
stealth
other Puritans
mode?
were so absorbed in the Old Testament that the New Testament was of no importance. Especially the visionaries in Cromwell's army and among the members of
He's over there.
who were hoping with monarch, or the saints, assigned to the Jewish people a glorious position in the expected millennium.
Oh no, that
During the
evil
future,
dragon
Daniel
is
Holmes
gonna
46
kill me.
wished, according to the
Oh,
letter of many
boy.
verses, to become the servant of Israel, and serve him on bended knees. The more the tension in England increased through the imprisonment of the king, the dissensions between the Presbyterian
Now he's going
Parliament and
stealth
the
on
Puritan
me.
army,
Oh,
the Civil
there he
War,
is.
the execution
He's got a
of King
taser.
Charles,
Oh,
and the
no.
establishment of a Republican
Don't
England,
tase
the
me,
more
bro.
public life and religious thought assumed Jewish coloring. The only thing wanting to make one contrariate himself in judge was for the orders in Parliament to
That's
see
why you
people.
made a mistake is by
One
crackling
author
at
proposed
me
the seventh day
with
as
that
the day
taser.
of rest, and in a work showed the holiness of this day, and the
Oh,
duty of the
shoot.
English people to honor it. This was in the beginning of 1649. Parliament, it is true, condemned this work to the danger as and author to punishment.
Well,
Israelites
I
wished
tried.
non-Jews, especially among
Taser.
the revelers, or else
Oh, you know, I
Was
hate a
not
taser.
depressed by these means.
Let me
Many
just go
wish the
there.
government to
La,
declare the
la,
Torah to
la,
be the
la.
code for England. These proceedings
La,
in the British
la,
Isles,
la,
which
la.
promised the exaltation of Israel in no distant period, were followed by Manasseh with beating heart. Did these voices not announce the coming of the Messianic
Okay.
kingdom? He
What
hoped
should I
so,
do
and
now?
put forth
I
feverish
guess I should,
activity to help
yeah.
to bring about the
And
desired
just,
time. He entertained a visionary train of thought. The Messiah could not appear till the punishment of Israel, to be scattered from one end of the earth to the other, and then fulfilled. There were no Jews then living in England. Exertions must be made to obtain permission for Jews to dwell in England, that this hindrance to the advent of the Messiah might be removed. Manasseh therefore put himself into communication with some important
this is
persons,
interesting.
who
I want to
assured
say,
him that
oh,
his men were favorable to the Jews, and that they would be acceptable
what's
as
he got a
helpers in
missile rack? 8. Oh
Especially
no.
justified his hopes was the apology by Edward
Okay.
Wallace, former Secretary
Well,
to
okay.
Parliament, for the honorable mention of the Jews.
Run like hell.
In his work,
So,
which the author dedicated to the long Parliament, the Jews were treated as the chosen people
Get a
of
couple
God,
of control
with a
points
tenderness
here.
to which they were not accustomed.
where is this
The
guy?
author felt it necessary to affirm at the end that he wrote it, not at the 29 instigation of Jews, but out of love to God and his country. The opinion of the apologist was that the great sufferings brought upon England by the religious and civil war were a just punishment of English persecution of the saints and favorites of God, the Jews, and an urgent admonition to atone for this great sin by
Where's this guy?
admitting them and
Oh,
showing
he's in
them
the. I
brotherly
don't. I
treatment.
definitely don't want to go.
The author proved the preference
Well,
and selection
okay.
of Israel by many biblical quotations.
So I go
He referred
right
to a preacher who had said in
here.
Proverbs,
Fire.
touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. That the
Run
will of the Lord
like
depended
hell.
upon the good or bad treatment of God's
Fast as
people.
possible. You're right.
God in his secret counsel had sustained this people to the present day, and a glorious future was reserved for them. It was the duty of Englishmen to endeavor to comfort them, if possible give them
Shot in the
satisfaction
back.
for their innocent blood shed in this kingdom, and enter into friendly intercourse with them. This work also defends the Jews against the accusation of having crucified Jesus. The death of Jesus took place at the instigation of Sanhedrin, not of the people. In most impressive terms it urges the English to comfort the afflicted and unhappy Jews. The Pope and his adherents, he said, would be enraged at the kind treatment of the Jews.
dang you.
And humiliation upon the people of God. The Pope's compelling the Jews
He's got a.
to
Yeah, that's like Guardian. I guess I should pay attention to that.
because they abhorred idols and hated worship. This work, which, more than friendly, absolutely glorified the Jews, excited the greatest attention in England and Holland. Manasseh ben Israel was delighted with it, thinking that he was near his object, especially as his friend Holmes at once communicated with him on the subject, saying that he himself was about to prepare a work on the millennium, 30 inches which he would emphasize the importance of the Jews in the molding of the future. Manasseh ben Israel immediately set to work to do his share towards the realization of his object. He, however, as well as the Christian mystics in England, had one anxiety. What had become of the lost 10 tribes banished by the Assyrian king Shalmaneser? A restoration of the Jewish kingdom without these 10 tribes seemed impossible. Nay, their discovery was the guarantee of the truth of the prophetic promises. The union of Judah and Israel, which some of the prophets had impressively announced would remain unfulfilled if the 10 tribes had ceased to exist. Manasseh, therefore, laid great stress upon being able to prove their existence somewhere. Fortunately, he was in a position to specify the situation of the 10 tribes. Some years before, a Jewish traveler, named Montesinos, had affirmed on oath that he had seen native Jews of the tribe of Reuben, in South America, and had held communication with them. The circumstantiality of his tale excited curiosity, and inclined his contemporaries to believe. Antonio de Montesinos was a Marrano, whom business or love of travel had led to America. There he had stumbled upon a mestizo Indian, who had excited in him a suspicion that members of his race were living in America, persecuted and oppressed by the Indians, as the Indians had been by the Spaniards, and later experiences confirmed the suspicion. Antonio de Montesinos, or Aaron Levi, had brought the surprising news to Amsterdam, and had related it under oath to a number of persons, among them Manasseh ben Israel about 1644. Afterwards he went to Brazil, and there died. On his deathbed he repeatedly asserted the truth of the existence of some Israelite tribes in America. Manasseh ben Israel was firmly convinced by the statement of this man, and made it the foundation 31 of a work, entitled Israel's Hope, composed to pave the way for the Messianic time. The 10 tribes, according to his assumption, had been dispersed to Tartary and China, and some might have gone thence to the American continent. Some indications and certain manners and customs of the Indians, resembling those of the Jews, seemed to him to favor this idea. The prophetic announcement of the perpetuity of the Israelite people had accordingly been confirmed. Moreover, there were signs that the tribes were ready to come forth from their hiding places and unite with the others. The the time of redemption, which, it was true, could not be foretold, and in the calculation of which many had erred, appeared at last to be approaching. The prophets' threats of punishment to the Jews had been fulfilled in a terrible manner. Why should not their hope-awakening promises be verified? What unspeakable cruelty the monster of the Inquisition had inflicted, and still continued to inflict, on the poor innocence of the Jewish race, on adults and children of every age and either sex. For what reason? Because they would not depart from the law of Moses, revealed to them amidst so many miracles. For numberless victims had perished wherever the tyrannical rule of the Inquisition was exercised. And martyrs continued to show incredible firmness, permitting themselves to be burnt alive to honor the name of God. Manasseh enumerated all the honors doffed by Marranos and other Jewish martyrs which had taken place in his time. Great excitement was caused among Dutch Portuguese Jews by the burning of a young Marrano, 25 years old, well reading Latin and Greek literature. Isaac de Castro Tardes, a small bastard, had come with his parents to Amsterdam. Glowing with zeal and the desire to bring back to Judaism those Marranos who continued 32 Christians, he prepared to travel to Brazil. In vain his parents and friends warned him against this last step. In Bahia he was arrested by the Portuguese, recognized as a Jew, sent to Lisbon, and handed over to the Inquisition. This body had no formal right over Isaac de Castro, for when arrested he was a Dutch citizen. The tribunal in vain tried to induce him to abjure Judaism. Young de Castro Tardes was determined manfully to endure a martyr's death in honor of his faith. His death was attended with the eclat he had longed for. In Lisbon the funeral pile was kindled for him and several others, on December 22nd d. 1647. He cried out of the flames, "Hear, O Israel, God is one," in so impressive a tone that the witnesses of the dreadful spectacle were greatly moved. For several days nothing else was talked of in the capital but the dreadful voice of the martyr Isaac de Castro Tardes and the Shema, uttered with his last breath. People stood at a shadow. The Inquisition was obliged to forget the enemy who were criminal with threat of heavy punishment. It is said, too, that at that time it was determined to burn no more Jewish heretics alive in Lisbon. The Amsterdam community was stunned by the news of successive executions of youthful suffering. De Castro Tardes had friends, relatives, and friends in Amsterdam, and people beloved on account of his knowledge of character. The Rabbi, Saul Mortela, delivered a memorial address on his death. Poets deplored and honored him in Hebrew and Spanish verses, and, horrified by the new atrocities of the Inquisition against Jews, Manasseh ben Israel wrote Israel's hope. Even the reader of today can feel grief trembling in every word. Indeed, martyrs could prove the truth and sincerity of the cause for which they believe. Judaism needs no further proof. For no people and no religion on earth have produced such numerous and firm martyrs. Manasseh 33 used his gift to draw the conclusion that, as promised sufferings had been inflicted, so the promised redemption and regeneration of God's people would be fulfilled. He sent this Latin treatise on the persons of the 10 tribes and their heads to a prominent and learned personage in England, to be read before Parliament, which was under Cromwell's influence, and before the Council
I can't believe I got
yeah, okay. Explained to Parliament his favorite idea, that the return
score
of the Jews to their
200.
native land be time for
100% of team damage. That's good.
The dispersion, according to the words of Scripture, was to be from one end of the earth to the other, naturally including the island of England, in the extreme north of the inhabited world. But for more than 300 years no Jews had lived in England. Therefore, he added a request that the Council and Parliament grant Jews permission to settle in England, to have the free exercise of their religion, and to build synagogues there 1650. Manasseh made no secret of his messianic hopes, because he could and did reckon upon the fact that the saints or Puritans themselves wished for the assembling of God's people in their ancestral home, and were inclined to help and promote it. He also intimated in his letter that he was resolved to go to England, to arrange for the settlement of the Jews. Manasseh ben Israel had not happened amiss. His requests and dedication were favorably received by the Parliament. Moses, probably the mediator, sent him a letter of thanks with the superscription, "To my dear brother, the Hebrew philosopher, Manasseh ben Israel." A passport to England was also sent to him. The English ambassador in Holland, Lord Oliver Street John, a relative of Cromwell, told him that he wished to go to the Amsterdam synagogue, and gave him to understand, 34 probably according to Cromwell's instructions, that England was inclined to grant them the long-cherished wish of the Jews. Manasseh took care that he be received in the house of prayer with music and hymns about August, 1651. However, the goal to which he seemed so near was removed by political complications. England and Holland entered into a fierce war, which broke off the connection between Amsterdam and London. Manasseh's relations to his elder colleague, Saul Mortera 1652, and the president, Joseph da Costa T. is not known on what account it came strained, and in an angry mood he formed the resolution to leave Amsterdam. The directors of the community succeeded in establishing a tolerable understanding between the two tribes, but Manasseh had neither the cheerfulness required nor a favorable opportunity to resume his adventurous scheme. But when Oliver Cromwell, by the illegal but necessary dissolution of the Long Parliament, assumed the chief power in April 1653, and showed an inclination to conclude peace with the States General, Manasseh again took up his project. Cromwell had called together a new parliament, the so-called Short, or Bare Bones, Parliament, which was composed wholly of saints, i.e., hearing preachers, officers with the biblical eyes, and millennium visionaries. The partiality of Cromwell's officers for the old Jewish system is shown by the serious proposition that the Council of State should consist of 70 members, after the number of the Jewish Sanhedrin. In Parliament sat General Harrison, a Baptist, who, which Mosaic law introduced into England. When Parliament met July 5, 1653, Manasseh hastened to repeat his request that
Almost
Jews be
gotcha.
granted permission to reside in England. The question of the Jews was immediately put on the program of business. Parliament sent Manasseh a state conduct to London, that he might conduct the business in person. As the war between England and Holland still continued, his relatives and friends urged him not to expose himself to the danger of the daily change of affairs, and he again put off his voyage to a more favorable time. The short parliament was soon dissolved December 12, 1653, and Cromwell obtained kingly power under the title of Protector of the House. When he concluded peace with Holland in April 1654, Manasseh thought the time well suited for effecting his wishes for the redemption of Israel.
Okay, what is this guy?
Wow.
Wow.
The fact that the admirals of the English fleet had drawn up a petition in October 1654 to admit Jews into England. Manasseh presented his petition for their admission to Cromwell's second, still shorter parliament, and, probably at his instigation, Major Admiral Darmido, one of the leading men at Amsterdam, at the same time presented one to the same effect, which Cromwell urgently recommended to the Council for speedy decision November 3, 1654. Manasseh had in intoxicating dreams of the approaching glorious time for Israel. He regarded himself as the instrument of providence to bring about its fulfillment. In these dreams he was upheld and confirmed by Christian mystics, who were eagerly awaiting the millennium. The Dutchman, Henry Jesse, had shortly before published a work on the speedy glory of Judah and Israel, in the Dutch language. The Bohemian physician, mystic, and alchemist, Paul Felgenhauer, went beyond the bounds of reason. Disgusted with the formal creed of the evangelical church, and the idolatrous tendency of Catholicism, he wrote during the 30 Years' War against the corruption of the church and the Protestant clergy, and wished for a spiritual, mystical religion. By a peculiar calculation, Felgenhauer was led to believe that the year 6000 and the advent of the Messiah connected with the 36 were not far off. Persecuted in Germany by Catholics and Protestants, he sought an asylum in Amsterdam, and there formed the acquaintance of Manasseh ben Israel. Between these men and a third visionary, Peter Sorius, the speedy coming of the Messianic time is often the subject of conversation. Felgenhauer then composed an original work December 1654, entitled Good News of the Messiah for Israel. The redemption of Israel from all his sufferings, his deliverance from captivity, and the glorious advent of the Messiah are nigh for the comfort of Israel. Taken from the Holy Scriptures of the Old and New Testament, by a Christian who is expecting him with the Jews. Felgenhauer places the Jewish people very high, as the seed of Abraham, and considers true believers of all nations the spiritual seed of Abraham. Hence Jews and Christians should love, not despise, one another. They should unite in God. This union is near at hand. The bloody wars of nation against nation by sea and land in the whole world, which had not happened before to anything like the same extent, are signs of God. As other signs they counted the comets which appeared in 1618, 1648, and 1652.
Okay, I'll play you one
more. By the Cossacks. Verses from the Bible, especially from Daniel and the Apocalypse, with daring interpretations, served him as proofs. Felgenhauer denied an earthly Messiah, nor did he allow the plan of Jesus to the title. As this half-insane work was dedicated to Manasseh, he was obliged to answer it, which he did with great courtesy
Unlike
in
how?
1655, gladly welcoming the pages favorable to Jews, and passing over the rest in silence. The good news concerning the near future was the more welcome to his part, he said, as he himself, in spite of the afflictions of many centuries, did not cease ardently to hope for better times. 37. How gladly would it be, that the time is near when God, who has so long been angry with us, will again comfort his people, and deliver it from more than Babylonian captivity, and more than Egyptian bondage. The sign of the commencement of the Messianic age, the announcement of the exaltation of Israel throughout the whole world, appears to me not only considerable number of these announcements on the Christian side.
Oh, I love that, Rick. All right,
from France and Hungary.
Here we go.
And from England are known how many voices. They are like that small cloud in the
La
tiny
la la la
cloud
la la
which
la
suddenly
la.
extended so that it covered the whole
La
of Manasseh then Israel had the courage to express without ambiguity Jewish expectations in
Let's do
opposition to
this.
the opinions held
This is
by
gonna be
Christian
perfect.
enthusiasts.
All right.
They, for the most
Well,
part,
let me see. Can I
imagined the
lob
which
a
they alleged
lob
was
on
about to
him?
commence
Where
as
where
the
he be?
millennium, when Jesus would transfer his sovereign power to the saints. The Jews would have a share in it. They would assemble from the ends of the earth, return to their ancestral home, and again build a new kingdom. But this would be only an intermediate state, a means to enable the whole 12 tribes to acknowledge Jesus as Messiah, so that their people might
Oh
fly under
yeah.
one shepherd.
Okay.
Against
Let me try this
Manasseh,
weakest
Israel
match.
composed a treatise, and in April 25th, 1655, on the 15th
Can I
of
have a
the
control
month,
point,
Daniel,
please? Like,
declaring
just
it to mean
one.
the independence of
God's
Israel. In
And
this
where
work,
is the
called
guy?
the Glorious Stone, or the image
He's
of
sneaking up behind me
Nebuchadnezzar, and
on the
dedicated
stealth
Isaac
or
Barsius,
something.
and in the service of the Queen of Sweden.
Oh,
He
no.
put forth
See, I
all
knew he
to
was-
show that the visions of the four beasts, or great kingdoms, are the successive sway of the Romans, Persians, Greeks, and Romans, and therefore the coming of the fifth kingdom also was certain. This was shown in Daniel plainly enough to be the kingdom of Israel, the people of God. In this messianic kingdom all nations of the earth will have part, and they will be treated with kindness, but the authority will ever rest with Israel. Manasseh 38 disfigured this simple thought by Kabbalistic triviality and sophistry. It is singular that not only did a learned Christian accept the dedication of this essentially Jewish work, but the celebrated painter Rembrandt supplied for artistic engravings representing Nebuchadnezzar's, or Manasseh's vision. Manasseh had received a friendly invitation from the Second Parliament assembled by Cromwell. But as it had meanwhile been dissolved, he could not begin his journey until invited by the Protector himself. He seems to have sent on in advance his son, Samuel ben Israel, who was presented by the University of Oxford, in consideration of his knowledge and natural gifts, with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Medicine, and according to custom, received the gold ring, the biretta, and the kiss of peace. It was no insignificant circumstance that this honor should be conferred upon a Jew by a university strictly Christian in its conduct. Cromwell's will appears to have been decisive in the matter. He sent an invitation to Manasseh, but the journey was delayed till autumn. Not till the end of the Tishrei festivals October 25th to 31st, 1655, did Manasseh undertake the important voyage to London, in his view, of the utmost consequence to the world. He was received in a friendly manner by Cromwell, and had a residence granted him. Among his companions was Jacob Sasportes, a learned man, accustomed to intercourse with persons of high rank, who had been rabbi in African cities. Other Jews accompanied him in the hope that the admission of Jews would meet with no difficulty. Some secret Jews from Spain and Portugal were already domiciled in London, among them being the rich and respected Fernandez Carvajal. But the matter did not admit
Trying
of
to get
such
off.
speedy settlement. At an audience, Manasseh delivered to the Protector a carefully composed petition, or address. He had obtained the authorization of the Jews of 39 the different countries of Europe to act as their representative, so that the admission of Jews into England might be urged not in his own name alone, but in that of the whole Jewish nation. In his petition he skillfully developed the argument, by means of passages from the Bible and the Talmud, that power and authority are conferred by God according to his will. That God rewards and punishes even the rulers of the earth, and that this had been verified in Jewish history. That great monarchs who had troubled Israel had met with an unhappy end, as Pharaoh, Nebuchadnezzar, Antiochus Epiphanes, Pompey, and others. On the other hand, benefactors of the Jewish nation had enjoyed happiness even here below, so that the word of God to Abraham had been literally fulfilled. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. Hence I, one of the least among the Hebrews, since by experience I have found, that through God's great bounty towards us, many considerable and eminent persons both of piety and power are moved with sincere and inward pity and compassion towards us, and do comfort us concerning the approaching deliverance of Israel, could not but for myself, and in the behalf of my countrymen, make this my humble address to your highness, and beseech you for God's sake that you would, according to the piety and power wherein you are eminent beyond others, vouchsafe to grant that the great and glorious name of the Lord our God may be extolled, and solemnly worshipped and praised by us through all the bounds of this commonwealth. And to grant us place in your country, that we may have our synagogues, and free exercise of our religion. Pagans have at all granted free liberty even to apostate Jews, how much more then may we, that are not apostate or renegade Jews, hope it from your highness and your Christian council, since you have so great knowledge of, and adore the same one only God of Israel, together with us for our people did presage that. The ancient hatred towards them would also be changed into goodwill, that those rigorous laws against so innocent a people would happily be repealed. At the same time, Manasseh ben Israel circulated through the press a declaration which served to explain the reasons for admitting Jews, and to meet objections and allay prejudices against their admission. All his reasons can be reduced to two: mystical and one of trade policy. The mystical 40 reason has been repeatedly explained. His opinion coincided with that of many Christians, that the return of the Israelites to their home was near at hand. According to his view, the general dispersion of the Jews must precede this event. Now we know how our nation is spread all about, and has its seat and dwelling in the most flourishing countries of the world, as well in America as in the other three parts thereof, except only in this considerable and mighty island. And therefore, before the Messiah come, first we must have our seat here likewise. The other reason was put in this form, that through the Jews the trade of England would greatly increase in exports and imports from all parts of the world. He developed this point of the advantage which the Jews might bestow at great length, showing that on account of their fidelity and attachment to the country's hospitable and friendly to them, they deserve to be treated with consideration. Besides, they ought to be esteemed, on account of their ancient nobility and purity of blood, among a people which attached importance to such distinctions. Manasseh ben Israel considered the commerce to which Jews were for the most part devoted from a higher point of view. He had in mind the wholesale trade of the Portuguese Jews of Holland and the coin of various nations exchange business, in diamonds, cochineal, indigo, wine. Their transactions were not based on usury, on which the Jews of Germany and Poland relied. The Amsterdam Jews deposited their capital in banks, and satisfied themselves with 5% interest. The capital of Portuguese Jews in Holland and Italy was very considerable, because Moranos in Spain and Portugal invested their money with them, to evade the avarice of the Inquisition. Hence Manasseh laid great weight on the advantages which England might expect from his enterprising countrymen. He thought that trading, 41 the chief occupation, and, to a certain extent, the natural inclination, of the Jews of all countries since their dispersion, was the work of Providence, a mark of divine favor towards them, that by accumulated treasures they might find grace in the eyes of rulers and nations. They were forced to occupy themselves with commerce, because, owing to the insecurity of their existence, they could not possess land or estates. Accordingly, they were obliged to pursue trade till their return to their land, for then there shall be no more any trader in the house of the Lord, as the prophet told us. Manasseh ben Israel then took a survey over all the countries where Jews, in his time, or shortly before, means for trade, had attained to importance, and in Europe, persons entered into high commission by their services to states or rulers. However, much that he asked, when closely considered, is not very brilliant, with the exception of the esteemed and secure position which the Jews occupied in Holland. Then he gave examples of the fidelity and devotedness of Jews in ancient and modern times towards their protectors. He forcibly refuted the claim that the Jews had been banished from Spain and Portugal for treachery and faithlessness. It was easy for him to show from history authors that the expulsion of the Jews, and their cruel treatment by Portugal, were at once criminal and foolish, and were sympathetically condemned by wise rulers. He took occasion to prevent his rebellion against three other charges, usury, child murder, and falsehood. To whitewash the sin of injury, he made use of the justification employed by Zeno Pizarro, a contemporary.
It's okay, you can move out of the way if you want, but you don't have to.
Not in itself, but in
It's no hard, fast rules.
Portuguese Jews, for whom he was pleading, had poured usury as much as many Christians, and that their large capital had not been forty to obtain from it. Manasseh could repeatedly with more vehemence the charge of murdering Christian children. Christians make the accusation, he thought, pretty much from the motive that the Negroes of Guinea and Brazil, tormentably justice preached by children, or visited by misfortune in general, by assuming that such persons were accursed of God. We live not amongst the black Moors and wild men, but amongst white and civilized people of the land. Yet we find this ordinary course, that men are very prone to hate and despise them that have no fortune. And on the other side, to meet much of those whom Christians doth favor. Manasseh reminded the Christians that there had been a time.
Oh, where you at, girl? I don't know where you at.
Being murderers of children, sorcerers,
up there?
and conquerors.
Oh, it's got one of those things. I've never been up against that.
He was able to refer to a case of his own time, that of Isaac Jeshurun, of Ragusa, a Jew repeatedly tortured for child murder, whose innocence had come to light, and filled the judges with remorse. Manasseh denied the accusation of the conversion of Christians to Judaism, and referred to the injunction of the Jewish law to dissuade rather than attract proselytes. Now, because I believe that with a good conscience I have discharged our nation of the Jews of those three swearings I made from these two qualities, of profitableness and fidelity, conclude that such a nation ought to be well entertained, and also beloved and protected generally of all. The Furthermore, considering they are called in the sacred scriptures the sons of God, I could add a third point, is, of the nobility of the Jews, but because that point is enough known amongst all Christians, as lately it has been shown. By the early Christian minister, Mr. Henry Jesse, and by Mr. Edward Nicholas, gentlemen. Therefore I will here declare and rest on the saying of Solomon. Let another
Oh,
man
you
not
got
praise
her.
thee,
Ouch.
like thine own.
I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a taser. No, I'm gonna die. Help.
View the probability that the extensive history and Catholic Portuguese church, those who have been victims openly as well as secretly, might be
All right, Brad.
which at that time could not yet be
Good shot,
visible.
Brad.
He was also animated by the great idea of the unconditional toleration of all religions, and even thought of
Oh, it's
granting
like
religious freedom
onslaught
to the intensely
time.
hated, feared, hence persecuted Catholics. Therefore, he acceded to the wish of the Jews to open an asylum to them in England. But he was most influenced by a religious desire to win over the Jews to Christianity by friendly treatment. He thought that Christianity,
Oh.
as preached in England by the independents, without idolatry and superstition,
Oh, man, what you doing?
Oh. Deterred from Christianity. Cromwell and Manasseh
Killed Brett again. Double KO. I've been trying to get that double KO coin. Okay.
Settlement of Jews in China, the Messianic redemption would commence, and the Puritan protector believed that Jews in great numbers would accept Christianity, and then would come the time of one shepherd and one flock. To dispose the people favorably towards the Jews, Cromwell employed two most zealous independents, his secretary, the clergyman Hugh Peters, and Harry Martin, the fiery member of the council, to labor at the task. At last the time came to consider the question of the admission of Jews seriously. They had been banished in the year 1290 in pursuance of a decree enacting that they should never return, and it was questionable whether the decree was not still in force. Therefore, Cromwell assembled a commission at Whitehall December 4, 1655, to discuss every aspect of the matter. The commission was composed of Lord Chief Justice Glynn, Lord Chief Baron Steele, and 7 citizens, including the Lord Mayor, the 2 sheriffs of London, an alderman, and the recorder of the city, and 14 eminent clergymen, 44 of different towns. Cromwell mentioned 2 subjects for discussion: whether it was lawful to admit Jews into England, and, in case it was not opposed to the law, under what conditions the admission should take place. Manasseh had formulated his proposal under 7 heads: that they should be admitted and protected against violence, that they should be granted synagogues, the free exercise of religion, and places of burial, that they should enjoy freedom of trade, and that their disputes should be settled by their own rabbis and directors, and that all former laws hostile to Jews should be repealed for their greater security. On admission, every Jew should take the oath of fidelity to the realm. There was great excitement in London during the discussion on the admission of the Jews, and popular feeling was much divided. Blind hatred against the crucifiers of the Son of God, and blind love for the people of God. Fear of the competition of Jews in trade, and hope of gaining the precedence from the Dutch and Spaniards by their means, prejudiced ideas that they crucified Christian children, clipped coin, or wished to make all the English people Jews. These conflicting feelings disturbed the judgment for and against them. Cromwell's followers, and the Republicans in general, were for their admission. Royalists and Papists, secretly or openly his enemies, were opposed to the proposal. The people crowded to the hall where the Jewish question was discussed. At the beginning, the legal representatives declared that no ancient law excluded the Jews from England, for their banishment had been enacted by the king, without the consent of Parliament. The city representatives remained silent. The most violent were the clergy, who could not rid themselves of their hatred against Jews, derived from the Gospels and their theological literature. Cromwell, who most earnestly wished to see 35 men admitted, therefore added 3 clergymen, among them Hugh Peters, from whom he expected a vote favorable to the Jews. The question was not brought to a decision until the 60s. Cromwell therefore held a final discussion December 18, 1655, at which he presided. The majority of the clergy on this day, too, were against
Ooh,
the
they
admission of
tough.
Jews, even the minority favoring it only.
Kidding me, right?
Cromwell, dissatisfied with the course of the discussion, first had the theological objections refuted by Manasseh
Thank you,
and
dear.
Israel, then expressed himself with much warmth.
Saudi are doing some business, taking care of business.
Instead, they had made the question less clear. The main strength of his arguments was, the pure Puritan gospel must be preached to the Jews, to win them to the church. But can we preach to them, if we will not tolerate them among us? Cromwell thereupon closed the discussion, and resolved to decide the matter according to his own judgment.
Oh, you want to point your
He
finger
not
at
only
me?
the opposition of
It's
the
not polite to
clergy
point.
contend against, but also
What
that
is
of
your
the
parent?
multitude, who shared their prejudiced feeling. He the enemies of the Jews made every effort to win
He
over
had
the people
turned
against their
his
mission.
finger at me.
They spread the report that the Jews intended to buy the library of the University of Oxford, and, if possible, turn St. Paul's into a synagogue. They sought to bring Cromwell's friendship for the Jews under suspicion, and circulated the report that an embassy had come to England from Asia and Prague to find out whether Cromwell was not the accepted Messiah of the Jews.
Oh,
A clerical campaigner, named William
alright.
stirred up the most fanatical excitement against the Jews. He composed a venomous work, A Short Demur, in which he raised up all false
Abishika.
accusations against them of counterfeit
What
and
is
the
your name?
crucifixion of Christian children, and briefly summarized the anti-Jewish decrees of the 13th century,
Attack!
so as to make
Attack
the name
what?
of Jew hated. From other quarters,
Ain't got any good
also,
targets.
various publications
Help!
appeared against them. John Bruno, a Dutchman, composed a book on the conversion of the Jews.
There, I got one of them.
Residing at the time at Castle, was also resolved to make his first heard about the Jews. He weighed arguments for and against their mission,
Oh.
and had also come to the view that it was a serious matter to permit Jews to enter England. His work was printed on probably at Cromwell's suggestion. Thomas Collier wrote a refutation of Prince's charges, dedicating it to the Protector. He even justified the crucifixion of Jesus by the Jews, and concluded his work with a passage in the taste of that time. Oh,
I got-
let us respect them.
I guess I'm
Let us
staying
wait
on.
for that glorious day which will make them the head of the nations. Oh, the time is at hand when everyone shall think himself happy that can but lay hold on the skirt of a Jew. Our salvation came from them. Our Jesus was of them. We are gotten into their promises and privileges. The natural branches were cut off.
Hey,
that we might be grafted
Makalovs,
on. Oh, let us not be high-minded.
Mikalovsky?
Let
Is that?
us not,
I
for
didn't
God's
see when your
sake,
message came
be
through. Are you still
unmerciful to
there?
them. Let us enough if we have all their spiritual riches. While the admission of Jews met with so many difficulties in England, the Dutch government was
I
by
guess
no
Saudi
means
had dropped
pleased with
off.
Manasseh ben Israel's
Sorry.
efforts to bring it to pass. Doubtless,
Need a break.
that the Amsterdam Jews were removed to England with all their capital. Manasseh was obliged to pacify the Dutch.
Sorry, I missed your
ambassador in Italy,
notification.
And to assure him that his exertions concerned not Dutch Jews, but the Moranos, watched with Argus eyes in Spain and Portugal, for whom he wished to provide an asylum. Manasseh waited 6 months in London to obtain from Cromwell a favorable decision, but without success. The Protector found no leisure 47 to attend to the Jewish question. His energies were devoted to obtaining the funds necessary for the government and foreign wars, refused by one parliament after another, and to frustrating the royalist conspiracy against his rival. Manasseh's companions, who had given up all hopes of success, left London. Others who
Slap
had
jaw.
fled from the Pyrenees Peninsula, were on the way to turn back, and settled in Italy with two people. But the sons of the Jews were unruly, and put to use such a divine for the people. One of the saints published a small work in 1656, in which he briefly summarized the proceedings at the discussion on the admission of Jews, and then added, "What shall be the issue of this, the Most High God knoweth. Rabbi Yosef ben Israel still remains in Rome, desiring to deliver the ways into the Hebrews and confiscating the patriarch, that if they may not be granted,
Oh,
he may not
Sagittarius.
favor his dismission, and return home.
Sagittarius.
But other great affairs being now in hand, and this being business of very great concern, no absolute answer is yet returned to him. To elicit a thorough refutation of all the charges against
You better run.
the and the opponents of toleration, a person of high rank, in close relation with the government, induced Manasseh ben Israel to publish a brief but comprehensive work in defense of the Jews. In the form of the letter he stated all the grounds of accusation.
I hate that they can start moving
While
they still have imperviosity transporter being oscillate.
and the idolatrous reverence alleged to be shown to Torah scrolls. The Defense of the Jews, which Manasseh ben Israel composed in reply April 10, and which was soon afterwards circulated through the press, is perhaps the best work from his pen. It is written with deep reason, and is, therefore, convincing. Learned matter is not wanting, but the learning is subordinate to 48 the main object. In the composition of this defense, Manasseh must have been peculiar feelings. He had come to England the interpreter or representative of the people of God. He was Italy to conquer the sympathy of Christians, and create the worship of Israel over the world, and now his people was placed at the bar, and has defended. Hence the term of this work is not aggressive and
Oh, I
violent,
need you to
but
die.
plaintive. He affirmed that nothing had ever produced a deeper impression on his mind than the letter addressed to him with the list of anti-Jewish charges.
Really coming to the
That's
end
upon
of
the credit
this.
of the nation.
Oh,
Amongst so
there we
many
go.
calumnies,
Real
so
12
many
hours.
and therefore should,
The fearsome
and in the first place, not to leave Italy,
Sagittarius.
and with no change, so lament that strange and horrid accusation of some Christians against
The
Jews,
dreaded
that the Jews will not lie, and that they were by them
Schön, man.
Fermenting it with the blood of some
Ach,
Christians
du
who made it
lieber
without a skill,
Gott
to
im
this
Himmel.
posture so often, among others by grain. The greatest part of this
Icarus, you're
defense
getting
is
too near the
the
flame of the burning sun over here.
obligation to cause witnesses or
With
the
my
confession of
nucleon
accused persons under torture.
Vaporon.
The innocence of the accused was often brought to light, but too late, when they had been executed.
Smash lamp jar, come down here and do something
Confirmed
funny.
this by an entertaining story. The commission of the Philippines found him in charge
Say
by
what
the
again?
Inquisition as a Judaizing Christian. In vain the Count pledged himself for his orthodoxy. He was nevertheless tortured, and himself confessed that he was a Judaizing sinner. Subsequently the Count, pretending serious illness, sent for the Inquisitor, and in his house, with doors closed, he commanded him in a threatening tone to confess in writing that he was a Jew. The Inquisitor refused. Then a servant brought him a red-hot helmet to put upon his head. Thereupon the Inquisitor confessed everything demanded by the 49 Count, who took this opportunity to reproach him with his cruelty and impunity. Manasseh ben Israel besides affirmed with a solemn oath the absolute falsehood of the oft-repeated charges as to the use of Christian blood. After meeting the other accusations against the Jews, he concluded his defense with a fine prayer and an address to England. And to the highly honored nation of England I make my most humble request, that they would read over my arguments impartially, without prejudice and devoid of all passion, effectually recommending me to their grace and favor, and earnestly beseeching God that he would be pleased to hasten the time promised by Zephaniah, wherein we shall all serve him with one consent, after the same manner, and shall be all of the same judgment. That as his name is one, so his fear may be also one, and that we may all see the goodness of the Lord blessed forever. And the consolations of Zion. This last work of Manasseh ben Israel produced in England a favorable effect desired. Though Cromwell, amidst the increasing difficulties of his government, could not fully carry out the admission of the Jews, he made a beginning towards it. He dismissed Manasseh with honorable distinctions, and granted him a yearly allowance of £100 February 20, 1657, out of the public treasury. The Jews were not admitted in triumph through the great portal, but they were let in by Cromwell through a back door, yet they established themselves family. This was in consequence of an indictment brought against an immigrant Murano merchant, Antonio Robles, that he, a Portuguese papist, had illegally engaged in business pursuits in England, but he was acquitted by the Protector on the ground that he was not a Catholic, but a Jew. Thus the residence of such Jews was suffered. They could therefore drop the mask of Catholicism. Two respected Muranos, Simon de Caceres and Fernandez Isaac Carvajal.
Drop the mask of Catholicism. Drop the mask of Catholicism. Do it.
Don't send them any money. No. They got too much on their record not in favor of them. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream, see if I can get some productive stuff going.